All right, hey, how's everyone doing? It was weird. I this is my first time using StreamYard, so I pressed go live and the camera didn't come on. I thought I was in for another long night. Um, so thank you, Andy. I think you've been hanging around for like a half hour or so. Mike Angelo, good to see you. Cinnamon, thank you for coming. If you guys haven't, Cinnamon was one of the first people back in Vegas. She's been posting up some vlogs. Her Bellagio walkthrough is really good, so check that out. Although I did give her a little bit of a hard time because she talked about someone at the pool wearing a dental floss bikini and didn't put it on camera. But hey, can't get everything. Um, the okay, John, welcome. Vegas tips and tricks. He's got his Saturday video out, which I completely forgot about, so I'll be watching that later, assuming I stay sober. Tamara Gord, hi, welcome. Or just Tamara, I guess I haven't seen Triple Ripple. Um, Kino Kid, hey, thanks for coming aboard. Coco, hi, how you doing? Oh, is May here? I didn't see. Oh, yeah. Hey, May. Thank you for staying up. Oh, and there's Lisa and Drew. Welcome. I hear there's a new cooking video out, Drew, so I'll have to take a look at that. I'm sorry, I was just rearranging everything because I'm trying to get that light out of there, but I can't angle it enough. So yeah, sorry. How's everyone doing? Just getting settled in here. Um, and I should have redid my hair, but um, yeah. So it's been a bit since the last time I did one of these. It's no particular huge reason other than just touching base. And yes, I know that was a terrible pour. I'm pouring with my left hand, and that did not work well. So, anyways, um, it's not an attic, Andy. It's a loft. So I've got a kind of this big loft area up above, and I overlook my kind of like dinette on one side and my living room on the other. So it's actually a really nice spot to have like a home office setup. Um, so yeah, no, I do not have an attic. Um, uh, and sorry, just trying to keep up on anyone. And again, I'm this is my first time using StreamYard, so I apologize. Yeah, yeah, Mark, that was a terrible pour. My left hand is basically useless, so um, um, it's I don't know what to say about that. It's hopefully it'll improve with my uh, trying to practice the guitar there. Um, hey, Steph, welcome aboard. Larry Lou Las Vegas. I have a feeling I know who that is. Yeah, no Milwaukee's best. Miller Lite is usually what I'm doing. Although my diet has been out the window, but I kind of stick with it usually at home. Um, Daniel Ocean. Phew, Daniel Ocean. I don't know if you guys should follow him at least on Twitter. He's already had 2 trips to Vegas since they reopened, so quite jealous of that. Water, Wilds, and Weeds. Welcome aboard. Thank you. Um, yeah. Man, I can't see what that picture is you're using there, Larry, but I'm sure it's a hilarious one. Mike Nebeker, thank you. Welcome aboard. Okay, so how many? I can't. 23 people. Okay, so um, I think I'm going to try and get those shots out of the way, like right off the bat. I'm super. I should have brought a bucket up or something in case I send it right back to sender. But yeah, another protest on this trip. Yeah, protests seem to be like they're going to be going on and on. Don't see an end in sight for those. No dancing tonight, I don't think. Anyways, oh man, I'm a mess. So okay, so as most of you are aware, Tamara and Gord's set up with that 3-shot challenge. They didn't nominate me, I think, because they knew I wasn't going to do it. But John, Vegas Tips and Tricks, nominated me, and then I think Crystal nominated me, and I think Daniel Ocean, at least on Twitter, said he was going to. I'm not sure if he actually did or not. I'm not doing 3 different sets. I'm just doing this. And let's see if I can get through it. Strangely enough, I do not own a single shot glass at all. So I'll have to use these highball glasses. So this is vodka with some flavored seltzer. I can't do anything straight. And now I'm looking at these are kind of huge. But I know how to pour a beer, a cinnamon. I was using the wrong hand and I didn't feel like, I know how to do it. All right, so this is vodka, and I think this is the orange vanilla seltzer. So, oh my God. If you see me go running, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. And now the funny thing is I used Coke Zero for both of the other shots, so I don't know which is which. One of them is Captain Morgan's and Coke Zero, and the other one is vodka and Coke Zero. This one's a little lighter, so I'm assuming this is the vodka, but we'll find out soon enough. And now I have to burp. I can't tell which one that was. I think that was the vodka. Actually, no, I think that might have been the Captain Morgan's. Hey, Larry, calm down on that. We don't need to be talking about that. Oh, Crystal's here. Are you watching me in the shower, Crystal? That sounded dirty. No, I didn't mean it that way. Oh, and hey, Gord. Okay, so, and this is number 3. I think this is what did I say the last? I have no idea. This is alcohol and Coke Zero. So, yeah, that was the vodka. Uh, yeah, Coco. I made them big because I was, using seltzer or Coke Zero because I couldn't do them straight. So they're a little bigger than normal. But okay, that's 3. They're done. I'm not nominating anybody. I never want to hear about a 3-shot anything again. And that's hopefully the last time you ever see me do a shot. So, all right, that's out of the way. Oh my goodness. Hey, Valerie. Thanks for coming aboard. Um, I'll never. Well, I'm pretty sure I'll never be in Siberia, John. So I don't mind not being able to make it there. Haley, 21 hours. That's awesome. I'm jealous. I'm. It's a good segue though. My August trip is now officially everything is booked for August. So those of you that don't follow me on Twitter or I haven't talked to offline, so I'm going August 22nd to the 27th. Um, I'm flying Delta. I haven't flown anything except JetBlue to Vegas in probably at least 3 years. Um, but the JetBlue prices were just really high. I know they have limited service right now. They don't have their normal service out of Boston. So I'm flying Delta. A decent price, but that's without seat choice, which kind of sucks. And that's without checked bags. I haven't paid for a checked bag in a long time either. But I do have a carry-on, and I just got to figure out if I can learn how to pack appropriately and not overpack. I mean, it's August, so really all I need is a couple pairs of shorts and a bunch of t-shirts and undergarments and socks. So um, hopefully I can get out of paying for that. And I apologize. I'm missing a lot of a lot of this between looking at the camera and looking over here. But yeah, August 22nd to 27th. My first 3 nights I'll be staying at California. 2 nights comped. So Saturday and Sunday are comped. Monday is $25 plus resort fee. So a little bit under $50 for that. And then my last 2 nights I'll be staying at Bally's. My first time ever staying at Bally's. Those 2 nights are comped, so I'll just be paying the resort fee. I think it comes out after taxes about $83. So, we're talking somewhere in the $125, $130 range for 5 nights, which isn't bad at all. So looking forward to that. I know there's a bunch of people, I believe, that have said or intend to go. I know Vegas baby Crystal is planning on being there part of that time. Provided the borders or if she can make it there. Tamara and Gord, Vegas Best Ideas, gonna be there. Um, Mark Angelo, who's here in the chat, I believe he's going to be there during that time. Um, I think Bombs Bits is going to be there. Coach Mo and Ernie. I think Vegas Vaby is coming like the day before I leave or something like that. So, we'll see. It'll be nice if we can find a time when everyone can just meet up for a drink or something. Um, uh, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, aside from that, I don't have anything really specific planned. No idea what the show situation or any of that stuff is going to be. I do know I am definitely planning on playing. Moving a lot of my play over to the D. That's something I've been meaning to do for a while. But I've been mostly playing blackjack when I go there. So I played a little bit of slots, but I've got to increase my play there because I'm planning on staying there in October. So I'd like to improve my standing with them. And again, I apologize. I'm just going to no extra shoes. Well, I have a pretty good. I usually do Coco. I pack an extra pair of shoes in my carry-on, the one that goes under the seat, not the one that goes in the overhead. So I do have a bag that fits, an extra pair of shoes. I'm not doing anything that requires outfits, so shorts and t-shirts and maybe a couple of polos or something like that. Yeah, nothing really fancy or anything. Hi, Lynn. Thanks for stopping by. Dell, Neon Vacation. Thank you. I missed when you came in. Um, I think I already saw Mike Nebuchar there. Um, and I think you have a new vlog out recently from Vegas, so I'll have to check that out. Um, yeah, I'm hoping the flights are still only like half full. Mike, when I go, that was one of my highlights of March was the flights to and from being almost completely empty. Um, yeah, no big purple pimp suit. Although I don't know, I still in my Amazon cart. I have this cheapy orange suit um, for um, that I put in my cart for Rocktober. I haven't decided whether I'm going to pull the trigger on it or not. Um, but um, swimsuits are for yeah. No. I've still yet to spend any time. My only time ever at a pool in Vegas was hitting rehab almost 20 years ago on my second trip. So I really don't spend a lot of pool time in Vegas as opposed to when I go to Mexico and then I'm at the pool, 80% of my time. Yeah, Kino. I did see Kevin's new vlog. That was hilarious. He gets so inventive with that stuff, and it was definitely a pleasure seeing me on the Luxor wall. Sorry, apparently some people are setting off fireworks outside, so caught me a little off guard there. I had never, I had heard mumblings of the green door, but I never really looked into what it was. And if it's what I'm being told it is, I will not be checking it out because I am a single man, and single men are not really welcome at those type of places. Single women, on the other hand, or what are known as unicorns, and are very much welcome. Um, yeah. John Petty and the fanny pack. Hey, Joel. Thanks for stopping by. Um, okay. What else did I say I was going to talk about? Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of you saw my stop over at Mohegan Sun this past Monday. It the it wasn't it was it was a bad session, but those happen. But yeah, I'm glad I went. It's I like it there. um and I may go back one more time before I head to Vegas, so we'll see. But thank you for watching that. No breakfast. Hey, how you doing? I do. If, Someone said something to me about Thailand recently, and you do get. It's one of those I didn't even know if I was ever going to put that up because there are certain connotations or certain assumptions, I should say, when you even mention Thailand, um, and it's not necessarily always the case. The thing I really like about Thailand is it's basically for me, it's like a Vegas trip without the gambling. It just a lot of entertainment, a lot of drinking. It's just fun. Letting off steam. I'm sure there's the adult and sketchy aspect of it, but it's so much more than that. Plus, I like the food, and it's really an affordable destination. The only downside is basically it's a full day of travel, if not a little bit more. Coming back the way I flew was usually about 30 to 33 hours or something like that. So, but I do miss it. Yeah, it's a great location. Um, yeah, the booze is pretty cheap, especially during the daytime. Dell, you know um, the beer, which is actually really good, the Thai beer, Chang or Singa or Leo. Sorry, there was something flying. Um, during the day, you're usually talking like $2 a beer. Um, at the bars, the prices go up in the evening. Um, Obviously, at specialty places like clubs or live music, it'll be more expensive. But even in the evening, you're probably talking, somewhere between 350 and $6 a drink, depending on where you end up. Um, hey, Matt Wilson. Thank you for coming. Matt's been putting out, I haven't caught up on his last one or two, but he's been putting up some good stuff from, I think it was 93, 94, of the strip, which, is right up my alley. I love that era of the strip. Um, seeing all the theming, Treasure Island just looks unbelievable. The old Harrah's. So if you really are into, just seeing the old, it's not even the old Vegas. It's the '90s Vegas. Check out Matt Wilson's recent vlogs. Thanks, John. Thanks. Um, I did not play any table games at Mohegan this time. Mark, I just didn't want to deal with it. I just wanted to do some slot play. The minimums, even at 11:30 at night, were $15. And that was a Monday night. I'm pretty sure that's has to do with the limited capacity right now. I'm pretty sure usually you can get like $10 tables there. But anyways, I probably would have been better off playing $15 tables, but I just felt like slot play. I have played table games at Mohegan before, though. Um, and I apologize if I'm missing anyone. I need like um, a co-host here. And then, yeah, Lisa and Drew. I know we had said if I was going to go to Mohegan, we should hit you up, but I knew it was a Monday night and I was going in the middle of the night. So I knew that wasn't going to be an opportunity to meet up on that. My number one go to slot machine. Uh, Honestly, Lee, I play Buffalo a lot, and I think it's because it's easy to follow. I've never really hit big or hit much of anything on it. But it's just one of those. I'm like, I keep getting drawn in, and I feel like I've lost so much on it that this is the whole gambler's dilemma. I feel like I've lost so much on it that eventually I'm going to get one of those huge hits. Um, so that's probably the one I've played the most. I mean, I guess my number one go-to might be Heidi. Um, but for low rolling Planet Moolah, I've really had fun playing that one. And I do like the Link games, which is Ultimate Fire Link. I haven't played that. That was the one I really wanted to play at Mohegan, but they had 8 machines because every other one was turned off, and they were all taken the entire time I was there. So I never got to play that. Um, yeah, Matt. I am. I wish I could have scheduled something for July, particularly when Cinnamon and Sin City were there that first week of July, but I couldn't do that at work, and it was still a little too early for me, so I ended up booking in August. Um, Mike, yeah, I used to play free bet actually a lot. I played it a lot at Hard Rock because after they remodeled the center bar and they did away with 3 to 2 under $25 hands, I wouldn't play their blackjack anymore. But their free bet paid 3 to 2, and I know free bet has a bigger house edge, but I believe, at least according to the Wizard of Odds, I believe 3 to 2 free bet paid had a less house edge than 6 to 5 blackjack, or it was very close. But so I did play a lot of free bet at Hard Rock, and did okay up and down with it. And then I did play at Golden Gate using the Mohegan 2 cent side bet plan, but that was a disaster. That was almost Mohegan Sun like, and how much I lost and how quickly. um, yeah, Heidi. It's funny, Coco, because as much grief as I give Heidi, I think at least 2 of my top 4 hits that I've ever had have been from Heidi, so I can't really hate on her too much. Um, yeah. I'm not sure about the local. Sorry you lost your ass there, but I really do need to look up at what the Connecticut hold minimum requirements are. I know they're not as good as Vegas, so I'm imagining they're probably like 85% or 88% or something like. That's just a guess, though. Um, hey, Coach Mo. I just mentioned you earlier. I believe you're going to be in Vegas the same time that I am, towards in late August. Yeah, Matt. That's kind of one of those things I wanted to talk. The reason sometimes you'll see me and I'm doing like the 60 cent bets and like ultra low rolling, and that's really because of just like shell shock from how I've been treated recently, and so it puts me into like this really tentative ultra low roller phase. So, which isn't bad. I mean, you get to play longer. The drinks are still free, so it's really not a bad strategy. I mean, if you're not a high roller to begin with, may as well stretch that out. Um, and yeah, Kevin, Matrix 2021, he was asking me about the drink service at Mohegan Sun. So they do have free drinks, but they follow Connecticut law and they have last call. So 1 a.m. the drink service shuts off. Also, they don't serve you like full beer bottles. They give you like little, you know, 10-ounce glasses or something like that. So it's better than those places that don't give you free booze, but it's not as good as, the Vegas free booze. Um, yeah, I understand, Andy. I appreciate that you even stayed up till this time. Um, um, I didn't realize California didn't give you uh, free drinks. I'm starting to learn a lot of places don't, and I kind of assumed that places did, particularly the tribal ones, because they're governed by their. Well, yeah, which is weird because it's a tribal casino, so you would think they were governed by their own rules, but um, who knows? Um, okay, so now I got my spiel out of my way. Oh man, I can't believe I did 3 shots. Um, yeah, Lee, I'd mostly played jacks or better. I used to. I would always go to like a locals place where my friend Kelly was a bartender, and I would play there. Never had huge luck. I got 4 of a kind a few times and stuff, but again, this is jacks or better. And then I would play at Main Street Station because, from what I understood, that was really the only place to play downtown. But now I'm learning that's not the case. Like Four Queens and other places have good. I'm really interested though in learning a little bit. I played jacks are better because I was told it was the least variance, like the easiest to play, and So that's just what I got drawn into. But then I've seen like, double double bonus and stuff like that is where you really can make some money. So, but I've pulled that up like on Wizard, and it's like the rules of what you're holding and stuff is just so long. Um, but I already told Crystal, Vegas baby, um, that she's going to have to wingman me on playing some video poker so I can learn that stuff in August if she's able to make it. Yeah, I always enjoy Main Street Station, Andy. It's not glamorous, but it is a um, nice place, and it is nice getting that the micro brews there. I'm not a big micro brew guy, but I do like the 777, or I'm sorry, the high roller, gold, and all that. So it is a nice place. Did my car sound like a muscle car? No, it's just a Subaru Crosstrek, and it is not really a performance car. I got it mainly for the snow abilities. Um, yeah, Coco. I'm not really a big buffet person, but Main Street Station wasn't bad, and I particularly liked when I was staying there and was able to go for like breakfast. Because um, breakfast buffets are usually a better deal than going out for breakfast somewhere. So, man, once I start scrolling, it skips a whole bunch of stuff. Um, Yeah, it's a good idea, Drew. Um, buying some beer and putting in your room. But the thing is, I've never actually stayed at Mohegan Sun. I usually drive and then drive home, so I don't even really drink when I go there. Um, but if I earn enough points where they're starting to comp me rooms there, then I would stay. Um, yeah, yeah, Main Street Station rooms are good. Hey, there's Hog and 2 cents. Someone was asking about them. Certainly wasn't me. Just kidding. Hey, Hog, you can say hello to 2 Cent and thank you for stopping by. And howdy, Gibbs. Gibbs, are you going Cowboy Week this year? I think Crystal's telling me I need training wheels. Start on bonus poker. Okay. Whatever you think is best. Just get me some points at Cosmopolitan and I'll be happy. Yeah, no, no, it's not a Camaro. um, 2 cent disinfecting the groceries. Hey, just tell her not to spray the bleach right on the food because apparently, according to a Yahoo article, people are actually doing that. And I can't believe how dumb people are, really. It's amazing we've come this far as a civilization, but anyways. Um, hey, PJ, welcome aboard. Thank you for coming. I'm Paul. I've been trying to catch back into. Actually, that's a good segue. I've been trying to get back into some of the lounges, PJ. But long story short, I haven't been on as much of people's live streams. First of all, some people are doing them earlier, which I can't do because I'm either asleep or just getting started in the day. But basically, at work is a good time because it's um, ambient noise to me, and I'll occasionally pop in. But long story short, I've been trying to pay more attention at work, and actually about 2 weeks ago, I found out I had a pretty big screw up on something, which was a simple thing, and so I've just been trying to be on my top of my game recently. So I haven't been in as much stuff lately. It really all comes down to the timing of when someone's doing a live stream, and what I'm personally doing at work is usually, whether I can jump in or not. Hi, JC. Thank you for coming aboard. Welcome. New name for me. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I've kind of exhausted any topics that I've had. I will say I do have a couple things in the works prior to my August trip. Um, one I was thinking about, and I'm still on the fence whether I'll do it. The other one, I'm definitely going to do it. I'm just going to wait a bit before I announce what I'm doing. So I do have some things in the works. I'm not the most inventive person at all, and God damn, I hate my hair. But anyways, I'm gonna hold on. Sorry, your bellies for your August trip. What times? I think stage door is open 24 hours. Gord. I don't think stage door ever closes. So um, and I won't lie that when I found out I couldn't use those comp nights at Paris for those particular nights, I immediately went to Bally's, and stage door was a big reason why. Um, you know, not to say it again, but if I lived in Vegas and there was a place like Stage Door that had $1 Budweisers, um, I I'd probably be dead within 2 months. I don't know, but anyways, it's a good time. Uh, no, not shaving the beard. I got to trim the beard. I'm not shaving it. Um, I was thinking of just letting now that I have an excuse to let my hair grow, I was thinking, seeing how long I could grow it. But my thing is my hair doesn't fall down. My hair goes out and it's wavy and thick and all that. So, I in my mind, I still want to be an 80s rock star with my hair like just falling down. But anyways, that's too much information. Only thing I know about Canada Day was Robin Sparkles singing about it. Um, let's see. Up in the IE. Is that Ireland? Hold on. What's up in the IE? I have no idea what any of that means, Kino. um, as far as the guitar, no, it's been slow going. The thing about it is I can only I've been in touch with the music place near me, and I'm gonna set up like actual teacher lessons. Pretty soon they don't have any openings yet because the store is open, but the sessions aren't. I just really have only I've got the A and the D chord down, but I can't switch quickly or anything like that. So it's kind of slow going. And when I'm working and I'm doing my 12-hour shifts and the hour drive each way, I can only fit in like 10 minutes of just practicing on those days. So it's slow going. But now when I pick it up and I go to do the chords and I can do them really quickly without overlapping and stuff, I feel like I'm making progress. Um, yeah, Mike. I was thinking of doing the mullet thing. My friend Larry, that's on here, he would love if I had a mullet. Um, okay, Keno. Okay, yeah. No, can't do Freebird yet. I can't do anything yet, John. So yeah. Anyways, what I was saying, I'm gonna hold on. I'm going to. Anyone wants to join in and just whatever. I don't know if that works. I'm hoping that works, but um, we'll see. Hey Denise, hey, better late than never, and I'm just, I'm chuffed that anybody's in here. So, um, How's work? Work is good. Work's it's been keeping busy. Um, oh, hey, that's very tempting, Larry. Um, I can tell you, I think Joe Exotic is going to be a huge Halloween costume this year. Um, there are going to be a whole lot of them going around. Um, yeah, it's the funny thing is I got when I got yelled at was when I was over in that back corner where the little Dunkin' Donuts is, and there's absolutely nothing there. Like that is when I got yelled at that I couldn't, you know, take photos or video. Um, but I had heard I was aware that they were pretty tight on that. Um, so, um, but I was fine on the slot machines except for the fact that I only had, about 30 seconds of actual slot machine video to use. Um, you know what the funny thing is? I didn't even include this because I didn't record it, but on those locket links when they give you that last chance spin and they've got this tiny sliver that you'll lose and the other sliver you'll at least get a spin. Well, the first one, the dynamite one, I just took the money and I put it in the cats, bats, and hats. Cats, bats, and hats. I ended with that, and I actually lost that spin. It landed in that tiny gray area. I'm like, now you're just like making fun of me. Um, yeah, when I'm in Vegas, I usually do stay on my work schedule, Lee, because um, I work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. here in Massachusetts. So when I get to Vegas, I usually, I know the vlogs may say something different, but I'm usually in bed most days, 4, 5, 6 a.m. But so when you add 3 hours to that, that's my usual bedtime. My usual bedtime is 8:30 to 9. Um, so yeah, I basically stick to my normal schedule. The part that sucks is when I'm changing hotels because I have to be up and out. It's also why I usually take a red eye flight home, just because it fits into my schedule. Favorite Roger, Clemens or Goodell? Oh, jeez. I should have realized that was Larry's question there. I, you know, I'm not going to choose between them. Um, Tamara could definitely pull off Carol Baskin. Do I eat breakfast before you sleep or after you wake? Honestly, before I go to bed. That was especially. I stayed at the Hard Rock for like 13 trips in a row, like either my full trip or part of my trip, and that was my big thing. Is I would go and get breakfast before I went to bed. Usually chicken fried steak and eggs. Um, but yeah, and when I'm downtown, I've been known to go to the Lanai Express in Fremont a lot, and I get the eggs, corned beef hash, potatoes. Yeah, so I eat breakfast before I go to sleep. Um, hey, Destiny, thank you for joining in here. Thanks, Triple or Gord, for posting that. Like I said, not the most exciting thing, but yeah, yeah, Drew. I didn't realize when I first walked in, I parked in the garage I usually don't park in, so I was at the opposite end of the place. But when I came in, there was a Krispy Kreme right on my right, but I didn't see it because I was making my way to the bathroom. But there was also another Dunkin' Donuts over there, which I never knew about because I'm usually at the other end where there's a Dunkin' Donuts that's surrounded by nothing else. And then there's a Krispy Kreme right outside the casino in the shopping area, and that was the one that was closed. So I didn't realize there was a second one, but I did find it when I went back to the other place. And for those of you that aren't familiar, and I didn't really do a good job of this, Mohegan Sun is huge. Mohegan Sun is the second largest casino in the United States. I'm not sure how big it is worldwide, but it's the second largest casino in the United States. And basically, what it is, they have a casino on each end, either of which are as big as most normal casinos. And then like the Venetian or like Caesars or some, there's a whole shopping thing in between. Lots of restaurants, lots of shops, and all that. Um, so it's really a nice place. The decor, it's a Native American theme. It's really good. They have a place called the Wolf Den, which is like a bar, but it also draws a lot of uh, fairly known people for like free shows. Like I was actually going to see Sebastian Bach there in April before this thing happened, and he's of course is best known as the lead singer from Skid Row. But other '80s bands have been there. If you're familiar with Eddie and the Cruisers, um, John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band. Um, they were actually the band that did all the songs for that soundtrack. They also did the uh, C T whatever. They have another song. It kind of sounds a little bit like a poor man's Bruce Springsteen, but anyways, they're like every month. But they get a lot of like at least known. I mean, not currently like big hitters, but then they also do have an arena, which has bigger names there. So it really is. I think the whole place is on like 240 acres or something, so it's huge. Um, yeah, PJ, definitely let me know. If I can make it work, I definitely swing down there. Um, yeah, yeah, JC Skid Row. Skid Row is awesome. They never should have let the egos, ruin the band. Um, hey, welcome, Pennies. I'm sure you guys know Pennies for Vegas, made famous in Matrix 2021's video today. Um, oh, and Duran Duran played there. Well, there you go. Must be good. Um, yeah, I mean, Brian Christopher, I think, spent a few days there, last year sometime, doing some stuff. Um, all right. All right. Did anyone actually try to click on that link or what? Or was that wishful thinking? I'm going to do it one more time just to see if anyone actually wants to join on this. I've never done this before on StreamYard, so I'm not sure. Um, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to um, I will be right back. You can pretty much know what I'm going to do, but talk amongst yourselves. And if anyone happens to want to join, I will be back in a moment. Oh, holy crap. Okay, hold on. I've got.
Oh, this one's open.
Yo,
Whoa, full body.
what's
Hey,
up?
what's going on?
This was open.
That's
Should I
all
just
right.
take
I have
this?
no
Yeah.
idea what I
Oh crap! I gotta
Hey, what's going on?
You got what?
lower the here the
Oh.
television.
And
Hi, guys.
PJ, I see you, PJ. I'll be right with you.
I'm disinfecting groceries.
Yes. Didn't you get
Like
home like
my
45 minutes ago?
Yeah, it takes.
Oh,
This is like a couple-hour process. So what I do, excuse the way I look, guys, and I'm wearing the same thing I wore yesterday. I usually disinfect the freezer stuff first, and then the refrigerated stuff, which is what I'm doing, and then I save all the pantry stuff for later. But yeah, I'm literally disinfecting packages with my bleach water. Like, yeah, it's no joke.
this is the quickie version.
The quick.
Normally it takes like all day.
No, it doesn't.
Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
Anea says, I liked your video.
Yeah, we want to see more.
I'll definitely do more. It's you know, I was not expecting it to be that quick, but well, that's what she said. But yeah, it's I will definitely be there more. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to see that place.
Hello to the chat, guys.
Yes.
That's why I'm not typing right now. I'm doing all the work.
I'm hungry. Hurry up and disinfect.
Oh, I can't believe it. I just did that on camera. Oh, sorry, my nose. There's a lot of pollen today.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys have your big Q&A tomorrow at 2 p.m. 11
Uh,
p.m.
No.
yeah, 11 in Vegas. Yeah.
11 a.m. Vegas.
So I'm pretty sure 100% of the people following me are following you, but definitely catch that, guys. You know I'll be asleep, so I won't be able to. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking
But I'll
for
ask
the
him.
replay.
Yeah, I'll ask him your question for sure.
Yeah, I hope that was accurate. It's been probably like 3 or 4 years since I watched that show, but
Yeah. I'm going to use clips from that show, so that's perfect.
yeah.
Yeah. Because that guy was rude and he was just doing whatever he wanted. But I'm sure you're right. Like that has to happen all the time.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, those people love themselves. They could care less what other people, some of those people are like, living in their own world. They're used to getting their way. So
Yeah. The people are telling you to help her. So I was going to say this is kind of like Penny's and Buffet Princess at the
no,
the trailer.
you can't
doing everything, and Penny's is watching.
You can't.
Okay, wait.
You can't help her.
In Hog's defense, yes, to be honest, he starts to help me, but I am so set in my ways, so routine. Like it's the Virgo in me, and
you can't. There's nothing you can do.
He does try to offer and help. He's not that big of a monster.
Are you calling Penny's a monster?
No, I did not say that.
But yeah, we want to see more of your local casinos and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll probably end up doing Foxwoods as well fairly soon. Like I said, Mohegan is, and really where I'm living now, it's just a short ride to the highway, and then it's straight the whole way. So it's not a big deal for me to go. I mean, time wise, it's 90 minutes. It's not that bad, but
yeah.
But
even your town, even like where you live is cool.
The what?
It's interesting. Even like your area, just show us around town. Would be cool.
Yeah, I was inspired by Andy, who's actually still on. I can't believe it. some of his main stuff, and I'm like, I have a lot of nature around me, and I just haven't taken advantage of it. So
Yeah.
I've been waiting to. I should just go out and do some of that stuff.
Yeah, we would love to see it. I mean, we're in the desert and there's not that much. I mean, we don't have the green and we don't have the trees. And
Well, no, that's not true. There's a state park here.
you want me to
called
take you outside? I'll show you the damn desert.
Waco. There's a place called Waco Tanks, and climbers from
Yes.
all over the world come and
Yeah, there.
climb that
I
area.
know it's beautiful. There's
There's
rocks.
lots of things to do outside.
I just told him that we don't have the green and the trees, and you said that's not true. It is true. We don't have giant
Okay,
trees
we
or
don't.
green.
All right. He's
Okay.
right. He's right.
Don't you have something to clean?
Hashtag.
Oh,
You
shit.
should pay attention to the chat.
Okay.
Okay?
I don't know what the chat's saying.
Yeah, Larry. I don't think people want me to do spring. Like, no one ever wants to see Springfield, even the Basketball Hall of Fame. That's about it. But maybe I should take a trip to MGM Springfield.
I don't know where that's at.
Oh, I'm down with that. All right, we wanted to show you it works.
All right. Well, thank you for jumping aboard. And I don't know, but your camera looks so much nicer than mine. So I've got to figure out a way to upgrade that. But
Oh,
Well, we're
using the phone.
The phone. Our laptop is terrible. You guys
Yeah,
have seen our
yeah.
lives.
this laptop is probably like 8 years old, so that makes sense. So, but,
Yeah, we need an external mic for our laptop because we're constantly looking like we're like faded out, like purple, like there's a purple haze. Yeah.
all right. Well, thank you very much for coming aboard. Have a
Thanks
good
so much.
good luck with your talk tomorrow, and I'll watch the replay.
Awesome. Thank you.
We're still on. Someone else should jump on. Penny?
Yeah, PJ jumped on at the same time you did, but he jumped off, so I'll see if he wants another link or if anyone else does.
Yes, we want to see everybody's beautiful faces.
Yeah.
Everyone should take turns in the chat. Jump on.
Tag team.
Tag
and go.
All right. See. Oh. Yeah, I won't comment on that. Yeah, so wow, it feels like I've been on forever, but it hasn't even been an hour yet. Hold on, someone. Oh, yeah, that's gross. Oh, there's PJ. Okay, now I got PJ. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Hold on, let me shut down the other mic.
All right.
Good.
So is it
Where I need
Canada
to switch that one.
today? Is that what I'm understanding?
There we go. I think we're good. Yeah. Oh, Canada.
I don't even. What exactly is Canada Day?
I don't know. I made a drink dedicated to Canada tonight using Crown Royal, so that's why I have the flag.
Oh, okay.
So you'll have to watch Vegas Tips and Tricks to see when John decides to air it.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a Washington apple, was it?
No. And I had issues with the blender, let's say. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
I haven't been
working on
able
the
to keep
editing.
up with all the drinks. You're like a drink madman now.
Yeah.
I think the last thing was I saw a video how to make the horny bull, and I was just glad you weren't posting
Right.
how to make a bull horny.
I just want to point out my where is it at? Right there, Mohegan 2-cent sticker.
There you go.
Intact. So right there, here we go.
Yeah, I've always meant to
Good
ask them who designed that. Like, was that something they came up with on their own?
I don't know. That was the last thing I got from them in Vegas. I haven't washed it.
So do you have a lounge?
Still got Mohegan 2-cent prints on it.
So do you have a lounge scheduled tonight?
No, I did one last night. Claudia's getting ready to do a live trivia show tonight. A lot of people are on. I do the lounge; it just pops on.
Yeah.
I will let everybody know. I think most of you guys are all subscribed to the lounge anyway, or to my cocktail channel. But I'm moving it to the cocktail channel, not on PJ Slots anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, it just seems to tie in better. So we're going to do that. So yeah, if you're linked to PJ's Cocktails, you'll get the you'll see when the lounge is. But
And when does your new trivia season start?
oh, I don't know. I'm still working on that, but I think it's going to be based on the version of the match game. You guys remember that? I'm still trying to work out the details because I'm not going to have six celebrities and then 2 contestants.
Yeah.
But I'm working on something for that.
Okay. Well, if there's not a Charles Nelson Riley equivalent, I don't know if I can watch.
I know. But the nice thing about it is it's not going to matter how fast or slow your Wi-Fi is. And that's what I'm really trying to work on.
Yeah.
Give everybody an equal chance. So, in a nutshell, the way it's going to work is I'm going to select people who are in the chat, and they're going to get a chance to match the answer. Then we'll give everybody will get at least one chance who's in the chat.
Well,
the Nightbot select people.
Thing I like about the match game is there are always some fun answers.
Oh, there's going to be some great questions. Fill in the blanks.
Someone has been airing a poutine cam. I have no idea who that is. So I'm just gonna.
Just look at it,
sounds
folks.
like that's got to be Vegas'
Check it
best
out.
ideas.
Just look at that. Just look at it.
Yeah, you know it's
From those
good.
crazy Canadians. It's that poontang.
That doesn't look like good poutine.
That's definitely not poutine. None I've ever had.
just look at it, folks. Just look at it.
That looks worse than the poutine I had at Binion's Cafe.
It doesn't
Take
video
it all
well,
in.
that's for sure. Does not video well.
No. Yeah, they got to open the. I gotta screw heading back to Mohegan. I gotta take a trip up to Montreal. They got to open those borders.
Yeah, with my I'm waiting for my passport to come in. I'm going to head up and meet Claudia and May and whoever else is up that way. Probably I'm trying to tie that in.
Right?
Yeah, Toronto. And May's in Montreal, so I'll probably take a week off. Come up to Mohegan to play golf up there across the street. Playing golf in Rhode Island. Then I'll play 49 of the 50 states. So that's my goal, to play all 50 states. I got 3 left.
So Rhode Island,
Connecticut and Alaska.
Alaska, and where?
Connecticut.
Connecticut. Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, well, when I was up in New England playing, I was there for a week, and it rained the whole week. I couldn't get on Rhode Island or Connecticut. I got Maine, I got New Hampshire, I got Vermont, but I couldn't get the other 2.
Yeah, that's just nuts. In Virginia, you would never think Connecticut and Rhode Island were the last 2 besides Alaska. Obviously.
Yeah, it was all based on weather. Same with New Mexico. Last year when I drove out there, the times before I drove to Mexico, it was the only day it rained all year. It was the day I was driving through. It rains there like 2 times a year, and I was there both days. So, yeah. All righty. Yeah, that's too bad about Mohegan Sun today, man. That was we all feel your pain. We've all been there.
Oh yeah, it's.
I've driven an hour and lost money in less time it took to drive.
I'm a broken record. It's like I don't mind losing the money. It's just give me some play. Let me tease me a little bit before you take it.
Yeah. You didn't even tease you. They were trying to get their money back.
Yeah.
Trying to get their money back. All right, I'm gonna pop off. Let somebody else pop on. But thanks, peace, everybody.
All right, thank you
out there.
All right,
cheers.
All right. So if anyone else wants to pop on, just let me know. Has anyone had the poutine at the Haute Doggery in the Link? I was actually going to do a review of that place during my last trip, but I didn't get around to it. Just because I figured, the Barbary dog and Dirt Dog get so much attention. And I'm like, I've never heard anyone. The only people I ever heard even say anything about the Haute Doggery, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, were the Tangerine Travels people, but they just mentioned it as a place to get cheap eats. They didn't really go into any detail on it. Fries and pies. I wish I had known about that place. The their version of poutine that they had at Pub 365 at Tuscany, I thought was really good. I don't know if, I don't know how the Canadians would feel about it. My only problem with that, again, was I forgot to ask them to turn the egg. So it was a sunny side up egg, which grosses me the hell out. I just cannot deal with that goopy stuff. I've got to have my eggs like over medium, but anyways. That was pretty good. A pretty good homage to poutine. I don't know if it would have been really considered a poutine, but all right. Stay at Penny's house. I have no idea what you're talking about, John, but I wouldn't stay at Penny's house. I want to go meet them up at their trailer. All right, thank you, Andy. I can't believe you're up this late. That's really appreciated. So yeah, have a good night. Tell Simone we missed her. So Mike, are you coming in? Are you going to be there in October, Mike Nebeker? If I'm pronouncing your last name right. Yeah, Jonathan, I had when I was in my early 20s, I had a friend that went to UVM, University of Vermont, and we went up to Montreal. That was my first time, and that's when I was introduced to poutine. And I'm like, oh my god. And then I went to Montreal like another 5 other times since then. It's a pretty easy ride from. It's about a 5.5 hour, about 5.5 hours from Boston. So it was a good place to go. But yeah, it was one weekend we went. I think I had poutine for every meal. Even at breakfast, I asked if they had it, and they made it for me. So. All right, that's great, Mike. Yeah. I'm losing track of all the people. I let other people worry about. I'm not the greatest planner of stuff, so I let other people worry about logistics and all that stuff. So I shit you not, Crystal. I literally had it for every meal. As a side, I mean, it wasn't my main meal for every meal. But yeah, I haven't been to Montreal in God, it's probably 10 years now. But it's usually, a pretty good time. I don't know if anything's changed or anything, but it's pretty fun area, at least the areas we went, which I'm sure is the area most people go to. I'll just post that again, just, one more. Did that go through? Oh, okay. Yeah, Larry, there's some good content opportunities there. Certainly. I'd like to head up there. Actually, I was going to say during their jazz festival, but I think that's around July 4th, right? Um, but yeah, um, it can be fun. Yeah, yeah, Penny's or Mock. I mean, they also had some good, I'm not a big club person, but they have some good, bars and dance clubs and stuff like that. And I think Rue's St. Catherine. I think Crescent might have been where like more of the like clubby type stuff were. But I know our favorite place, at least the people I went with, was Pub Peel, and they had like 140-ounce pitchers of beer, I think, um, which was a big sports bar there. Yeah, yeah. Um, uh, there's a lot of comments on food in strip. I've never had food in a strip club. I haven't been to a strip club in at least 10 years, but um, apparently a lot of them serve food. So that would be interesting. Oh my God. Destiny, are you sure you wanted to have said that? You might get blacklisted out of here. Not by me, but by the cheese lovers everywhere. So if the world opens up in the next, you know, assuming the world opens up in 2021, I may price out. I, I'm determined to go back to Europe. I may open that up as like a viewer choice thing with a couple options. I'll probably price out a few things and let you guys decide which one I'm going to do. There's a lot of. I still want to go back to Ireland. I think I could go back to Ireland every year and never get sick of it, but I want to explore other stuff. I'm still planning on, hitting the UK and London, especially when that JetBlue flight opens up. I've been saving all my JetBlue points specifically for that reason. I also want to go to, Central, whether it's Krakow or Prague or Budapest, so that might be something I open up. I may come up with a few options and say, okay, you guys choose where I'm going. Um, yeah, um, well, you should, Hog, you should touch base with Jacob. Jacob Earth, or however you pronounce his name. He could probably tell you how to become an announcer at a strip club. Gravy wrestling sounds kind of gross. Um, Hold on. Do not like foods. Pizza, ice cream, and cheese. Those are your top three do not like foods. Oh man, that blows away my like tomatoes, mushrooms, and something else gross. That's not funny to me at all, Tamara, because Costco Costco has like the best hot dogs. They don't have the best pizza, but it's good and cheap. Um, yeah, um, their stuff is doesn't surprise me at all. All right, so I got to scroll back because I'm missing so much. All right, John being a pervert as usual. Okay. You know, it's funny. You were a doorman at a strip. So back in Boston, this was mid 20s. So, you know, over 20 years ago, we were doing a scavenger hunt in Boston. And this was back when the red light district of Boston kind of had gone away. It was still there, but not really. But there were only like there were two strip clubs there, which were weird because, first of all, lap dances were not allowed. And the stages were actually like set back. Like the stage, there was a bar like that you sit at, have your drink, and then the girls were like behind where the bartender is. But anyways, that's irrelevant. But anyways, we were on a scavenger hunt, and one of the items we needed to get was a receipt from a strip club. And some of our scavenger hunt items required pictures, so I had like a Polaroid, aging myself here. I had a Polaroid camera around my neck. But I went in. I was nominated, I guess, to go get the receipt from the strip club. And so I go walking into the strip club with a camera around my neck. I thought they were going to beat the living shit out of me. Like, they very quickly got me the hell out of there. And then, you know, afterwards, outside, I explained what we were doing. They got me like a receipt, but it was, you know, just one of those not absolutely thinking about it. Um, I'd like to tour the South, Larry. I was actually thinking of, pricing out a Biloxi, New Orleans trip sometime in the future. Um, all right. So, don't get me. Oh, you hate chocolate too, Destiny? Oh, man. Wow. Sorry, I'm probably like a few minutes behind on the chat here. Yeah, yeah, Hagen Tucson, I know you're big fans of Central Europe, and you know, I appreciate the 40% of the vlogs that you've posted from your trip. So look forward to eventually seeing the rest of that. Um, oh, I got my IRL friend here. We entered with you telling someone how to be an announcer at a strip. Okay, well, first of all, why are you entering like an hour and 15 minutes after I started my stream? God damn it. um, yeah, yeah. Okay, I already responded to Larry on that. Best hot dogs ever. Yeah, yeah. If you have a Costco near you, just and you've never just gone, you don't even need a membership to go to the food court. Just, you know, go and get one of their hot dogs. They're like amazing. Everyone's picking on poor Destiny. Love Destiny. Destiny's awesome. um, and again, I'm sorry, I'm just scrolling through here. Again, if anyone does want to join, I put the link out a few times, but let me know, and I'll put it out again. Joe Biden. Yeah, I've never been to a Sam's Club. Sam's Club's not a big thing here in the Northeast. I think there might be one or two around, but we're definitely more BJ's and Costco up here. Destiny, you never got kicked out of my group. Okay, yeah. Lynn, you would not be honored by the town in Massachusetts that has your name. All right, so is it Canada Day? Was Canada Day Saturday, or is it today Sunday? Or tomorrow Sunday? Does someone want to explain to me what Canada Day is? I will put out the invitation here if someone wants to explain to us silly Americans what Canada Day is. 18th to 25th. What month? Hold on. It's like our 4th of July. I'm finding it hard to imagine that a bunch of Canadians fought off oppressive forces for their independence. I think they were probably just like eating poutine and smoking cigarettes and hold on. How many people am I going to offend? They would just probably very politely ask the people to leave, right? Is that how it went? I can't not offend people. It's like something wrong with me. Ari, I love Canada. I've said many times my grandmother is from Canada, so I just oh, Pennies wants to compare Canada's might with the U.S. Some people call it the Milan of hold on. Oh, you talking about Lynn again, Larry? Larry, we got to get together soon. Well, as soon as we're allowed to. Okay. I apologize. I'm not really meaning to offend Canadians. It's just inadvertent. All right. What else can I do on that? Oh, okay. So that's how people do that. Okay. All right. If you ever want to know something that nobody ever wanted to know ever, John from Vegas Tips and Tricks is the guy for that. Just kidding, John. That was awesome. And Jane, obviously, I want to get together with you guys too. It's been way too long. Stop scheduling stuff while I'm working and can't get time off. That's all I'm saying. It's weird having people from my real life here. No, well, I'm sorry. My friend Larry there, his parents were directly from Canada, I believe. So, and I have much love for Canadians. All right, so since no one's joining me here, all right, so like I said, I told you my dates, August 22nd and 27th, and no plans. 3 nights in California, 2 nights at Bally's, of which I know I'm going to be spending a good amount of time at Stage Door, enjoying my $1 buds and anything else that happens to go on there. Only other thing on the agenda is Crystal teaching me some video poker and get me some points at Cosmopolitan. and hopefully meeting up with some of these great people that are going to be there. Mark Angelo, Ernie and Coach Mo, Bombs Bits, Tamara and Gord, Crystal. Hopefully Vegas baby. I don't know. I'm not sure if there is much into looking forward to something like that. Seeking Vegas Sunshine. Hey, thank you for coming aboard. Okay, so anything else? Any suggestions you guys have for me of something I should do during that time? Do I dance in Vegas? Jane, I occasionally have danced in Vegas. Never when I'm completely solo because that's just weird. And I haven't been, no, never when I'm completely solo. When I have someone else around, I've occasionally done it, but I'm not big on it. And of course, there was the infamous 2 Cent and Anastas dance off in the middle of Fremont Street, which she kicked my ass. We're going to have her around too sometime. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Sometimes you got to look more at comments and figure out what they're about. Why do I keep referring to Crystal and Vegas Baby as different people? Because I don't even think of her as Vegas Baby. I just think of her as Crystal, but then I realize some people might not know her as Crystal, so they think of her as Vegas Baby. So I don't refer to them as different people, but I end up throwing the names in together. I have not done the Neon Museum, JR. That's actually the thing I suggested for Hagen 2 Cents wheel as one of those things I've always wanted to do and never have done. No, definitely not the same without you, Jane. Yeah, Larry, I'm so disappointed that I'm not going to be able to go back to Mexico this year. That trip was, I mean, I'm not going to put it on, it's different. I'm not going to put it on, like a Vegas type trip or anything, but it was just a like really great week. I loved that place. It was very economical for what you got. And I was so looking forward to going back this year. Who knows? Maybe if they open, maybe I'll try to do December or something. I don't know. Oh, okay, Coco. Yeah, it's I looked through all the comments and I didn't see, so I don't know if you did it after me. I was trying to do something no one else had done. I mean, really, there were so many things I've wanted to do, I've just never gotten around to. That I could have suggested a bunch of things, but if I was more mischievous, I would have. What I should have suggested is I've always wanted to do a complete pub crawl up and down the strip, dressed in Dumb and Dumber tuxedos, because that would have been awesome if we could have gotten Hog and 2 Cent to wear the orange and blue tuxes and do a full circle of the whole strip. But I wasn't thinking. I'm not banned from Mexico, Larry. And first of all, I don't know whether to take you seriously or not that you have been banned, because I wouldn't be surprised. All right. All right. I'm kind of having fun, so I don't want to end it, but then I'm kind of like, I'm running out of things to talk about. So Mischievous contest. That's a great idea. There you go. Would you real? Okay, Hog and 2 Cent. Would if you would have done that? Who would have been Jim Carrey and who would have been Jeff? Why was I going to call him Jeff Bridges? Is that his name? Lloyd and God damn it! Why? Who would have wore orange and who would have wore blue? Okay, so it's Lloyd. Why? I know Lloyd. Why? Why can I not remember the other guys? Um, Joel, I've been to Carnival Court once, and I mean, I've walked by a number of times. I went in once. They used to, I don't know if they still do, they used to have blackjack tables up at the very top, like circling. And I played blackjack there for a little while, but I've never gone there like full on when the bands were on and stuff like that. Um, Harry, there you go. Thank you, Kino. Um, but okay. I'm going to get rid of these, grab some new ones, eliminate the waste. I'm going to, I'll send this out just again, just in case anyone wants to come on. Otherwise, I'll ask for questions in the chat and I will see you in about 90 seconds. All right. Okay. All right. So, put some to. Well, sorry, Larry. There's that whole copyright thing that if I put on tunes, um, there's no doubt Hog would be in orange. Hey, nothing wrong with orange. Um, yeah, John. I think I did I did the strip crawl. I think we had a drink at every bar, but the strip. First of all, there was no win. We didn't do the full one, but it was pretty close. But we weren't dressed as Dumb and Dumber when we did it. What's a fickle dip? Nope, never heard of fickle dip. Oh, can you hear my flushing? Sorry, guys. Captain, Triple Sec, Amaretto, Splash, OJ. Oh, that sounds gross. Sorry, sorry, Seeking Vegas. All right, thank you, Water, Wild, and Weeds. You're probably gone, but thank you for stopping by. All right, Hog, how many times have you lit yourself on fire? Wait, hold on. Didn't I put the question out there? What should I do while I'm there in August? And not one single person told me what to do. Not even like a go to hell. And no suggestions from Larry. Visit the Mint. The Mint is over by Lucky Dragon, right? Yeah, that's been on my list. That's a good idea. Thank you, Cinnamon. You could have told me that one in private. Oh yeah, that those 2 cent eyes on Hog are awesome. What's that tat? That's the one I got in Thailand. It covered up. I had a panther right here, which was old and didn't look all that good. So, all right. So the mint bar. Okay, that's I well, I might go to Carnival Cortland, but that drink did not sound. If it hasn't been obvious, I am not a weird drink. I don't want to say weird. That might offend people, but I'm not a complicated drink person. All right, Coco, you win. Go shopping at the outlets with Hog. That is great. Uh, um, I actually have a ticket to the happy hour high roller for Rocktober, Mike. So I definitely would not be doing that in August. And hopefully we can do that. All right, Frankie's Tiki Bar, or Golden Tiki. Okay, just like Tiger King. Yeah. I would never get a tattoo in Vegas, Cinnamon. Not because I'm opposed to getting a Star Wars tattoo. You know fully well I intend to get another Star Wars tattoo, but Vegas pricing for tattoos is just ridiculous. All right, that's a good suggestion, Lisa and Drew. That French onion burger did look good. French onion soup, hands down, is my favorite soup. No, panther was never my favorite animal. I got my panther tattoo when I was in basic training in Missouri. It was the last few days. You know, honestly, most of the people in basic training's families came to for their graduation and all that, and it was just me and like one other guy that didn't have family there, and we went off base to go get tattoos, and that just looked like the easiest one. Tiger has always, since I was a little boy, tiger has always been my favorite animal. Well, thank you, Daniel, for coming back in. All right, so I'm getting a little, Frankie's versus Golden Tiki. That's I might have to do the comparison. Buy a Coach bag. Okay, yeah. Uh, I'll pass on that one, John. Go see the mermaids. Oh, that's Silverton, Coco. Yeah, I've never made it down to Silverton. I'm going to save Silver. Well, depends on the whole buffet situation, but I'm going to save Silverton until a time I'm there on a Friday because I want to go sign up for the Players Club and get the half price buffet when they're doing the whole lobster thing. Because when I don't know if it was uh, who's the cute one with well, I don't know if it was Lori and Charlotte or Emma. Is it M? Em and Dean. I'm not sure if which one of them went there, but it looked really good. So I'm going to save it till I'm there on a Friday. Um, Atomic Saloon. Okay, yep, heard great things. Still not sure of the show situation. Was God damn it. I'm sorry. For some reason, when I'm scrolling, it like just skips a whole shitload of stuff. I'll have to use this. All right. Tattoo near the container park is regular. Okay. Maybe I'll look into that. Okay. Go to the Westgate. First hooker. Yeah. I would not go out of my way to go to the Westgate for that, Mike, but thank you for the suggestion. Crown and Anchor. I remember Hog and 2 Cent went there. I'll have to rewatch that vlog. Atomic Liquors. I did go to Atomic Liquors once, but it was in the middle of the day. There were like 3 people in there. I may go down there in the evening. I was actually after El Cortez is one of the few places I've still got left to stay downtown because I'm planning on going to the D in October. So that'll leave Four Queens, Apache, and El Cortez. So I definitely, if I stay at El Cortez, I will definitely be heading down to Atomic Liquors. But yeah, that's definitely a place I've wanted to go, particularly when the outdoors is open and it's later in the evening, so it's less, hot out there. I did meet the trooper, and honestly, Coco, there's no way in hell I would pay like 13, 14 bucks, whatever it is, to buy like 12 ounces of coffee. I'm not that much of a coffee snob. I'll drink gas station coffee. I would never pay that much of a premium for coffee. I would buy one of his other stuff before the coffee. Why does this do that? Sorry, it's just skipped a whole bunch again. I'm trying to catch up here. Oh, thank you, Crystal. Yeah, those shots are distant memory now. Do a collab with Jacob. Yeah, I'm not sure that I'm big enough for Jacob to pay an ounce of attention to me. Oh, you go night. You leaving, Crystal? Okay, good night. Thank you for coming. See, now I see these things. That would be a good Rocktober activity. I have no idea what he's referencing, but John and I are on the same wavelength, so I'm going to agree with whatever he said. I don't know what Dino's is. I'm assuming that's a restaurant, Hog. Haven't been to Jerry's Nugget. I don't even know where Jerry's Nugget is. But the place that's really intrigued me for a while has been Joker's Wild ever since I heard there was like, dollar blackjack and like 100 times odds on craps and stuff like that, or whatever it is. Golden Tiki is more Disney. Okay. Dino says karaoke. Napoleon to Paris and see dueling pianos. Yeah, I'm actually a dueling pianos fan, so I would definitely do that. I swear, every time I've walked down that pathway going from Paris to Bally, so it looks absolutely packed. Yeah, I don't know that we've even talked about that, right? So we've got the big Rocktober meetup is on Saturday the 17th, I think. And that's like the happy hour high roller going to stage door. But I think there has been mention of maybe a downtown meetup later on, I think it was maybe the 20th. But that hasn't been solidified, and I'm not organizing that, so don't take my word for it. Get drunk and crash Jacob's live stream. Yeah, maybe. But when I get drunk, there are other things on my mind than doing that. But if he was close enough, maybe I would do it. Dino's is dive bar. All right, you're speaking my language, Hog and 2 Cent. Hog. I got to remember, 2 Cents got the little ending there. Taking Uber to Michigan? I'm not taking an Uber to Michigan. That's wow. Yes, I've been to the Mob Museum, loved it. Reinvent the pirate show by yourself in front of TA. Okay, that could be interesting. Only if I have a couple sirens with me. Jerry's is close to the Neon Museum. Okay, so it's not in the very good neighborhood, is what I'm understanding from that. What's the Streamlab link? This is StreamYard, but there you go, Matt. I'm posting it. Would be the 19th. Okay. Recreate the pirate battle. Okay. Sorry, I don't mean to be reading out loud, but I don't want you to be too bored. Oh, me Lindo. Okay, me hope. I do like Mexican stuff. So, all right, I've got Matt Wilson joining me here.
How's it going?
Hey, Matt. Thank you for coming aboard.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I've been loving your stuff.
Thank you.
It's great. And you were like 16 or so?
Yeah.
When you did that?
Yeah, it's a big trip. Like my grandfather, like during that time, everybody it was all over the news, like all the new casinos opening. So he said like, hey, let's go right after Christmas and, head out to Vegas.
Yeah.
So, it was like, we can't, we were underage, right? But he's like, oh, you got to go check it out. It's awesome. And yeah, so that was our first trip. And then we did it again in 97.
And
So.
you're in North Carolina? Is that
Yeah, I'm in North Carolina now. And at the time when I grew up in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Okay. And so you made the whole road trip?
Yeah, we drove from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, all the way to Vegas and then back. And then the second trip we did in 97, we drove all the way to Chicago and then Montana to Glacier National Park and then down to Vegas, over to LA, and then back across the South and Texas and all that, like a big circle, basically.
Yeah. That's incredible. I've always wanted to do one of those big, huge road trips, but like when I do even the Google Maps thing, and I realize like Boston to Vegas is like almost 48 hours just lifetime. I'm like, I would have to take like 3 weeks of work off for like a week in Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so like we would drive some days I would drive for like 12 hours just to get like once you get like west of the Mississippi, it took an entire day to get across Montana, right? Like the states just get so big,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's one of those things. In Massachusetts, I'm like I could
just drive it.
drive across, up, down, all
Yeah.
that, like one.
East Coast.
It's kind of like people living in Europe trying to imagine the size of U.S. So it's those
You
westerns
can't drive it.
friggin'
Like,
ridiculous.
yeah, for Memorial Day, we drove down to Tampa, Florida, and that's where the Seminole Hard Rock Casino was at that I went to, and it was like the same weekend that they opened, and that was about a 10-hour drive.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah. The only I did drive from Boston to Orlando and back, but I didn't have time to like appreciate the road trip of it. It was like go.
Yeah. When we did it, we stopped at a lot of places. Like the first trip, we like stopped at the Grand Canyon, saw that. We stopped at some other places like the Petrified National Forest or just a lot of kind of random roadside stuff. But really, Vegas was like our big
in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vegas was like our big destination the first time. Second time, we did more of the like national parks. Like we did Mount Rushmore, Badlands of South Dakota, the Glacier National Park, and then Salt Lake City, Vegas, and then like LA. We were there. We went to like Universal Studios and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, like I would love to see Mount Rushmore, but then like the part of my brain is like, okay, I'm going to go to South Dakota.
Yeah,
I'm going to see Mount Rushmore, and I'm going to see it, and then I'm like, okay, now what?
Yeah, right. It's like, okay, another 8 hours to the next place.
Yeah. But that's one of those. That's kind of on my retirement plan. When I'm able to retire, I'm just hoping to just cross the whole country. Yeah. But so yeah, we've been looking at your 93, 94, your early 90s, which is great. Again, like I've said a number of times, I love theming. I want them to bring it back. Fancy isn't a theme to me. It's I like the cheesy.
Themes.
I like the castle, the medieval, the pyramids and stuff like that. So what else do you have ready for us? Have you been there recently, or are you going?
Yeah. I was thinking about end of August too. Like I'm like you're going. I'm really debating. Well, first off, I had a trip planned end of June, beginning of July. So like I think July 3rd through the 7th. And I haven't been in a couple years. The last time I went was like for a convention. But I got real excited about it like the beginning of the year. I booked everything in February and then the virus hit, right? So I canceled it all in March. So I don't know. I'm thinking about either end of July or end of August, but I don't know. I've been watching a lot of videos lately and just the whole mask thing and just all the restrictions kind of put a damper on it. But I don't know. I'm not worried about like getting sick or anything, but I don't know. It kind of sucks a little bit, but I don't know. I might go anyway because I want to go. So
yeah, it's, I booked August and I'm like, okay, by August we're going to be, but I realized by August we're not going to be fine. I mean, it won't be back to normal. It's still in flux and all that, but it's kind of, when I went to Mohegan the other night, you had to have the mask on.
Yep.
So every time I wanted a sip of my iced coffee, I had to,
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose in Vegas, if I'm sitting at a slot machine, at least I can like kind of pull down the mask and drink.
Do it.
So it's a little looser on the restrictions.
I think it's the more of like the thing is that it's like not normal, and you don't see people smile, like a cocktail waitress or bartender, you don't get that personal, touch with the smile, and you've got all the plexiglass and you got less slot machines, or you have the distancing at the tables and stuff. It's not as, you just feel very kind of constricted or whatever, restricted or whatever, So I don't know. I think it'll be over by next summer, but once there's a vaccine, then like, I think all that stuff's going to go away, right? It'll all be back to normal. But until then, it's going to be like this.
Yeah. So you do have the really cool Star Wars
Yes.
behind
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So are you a big aficionado?
Oh, yes.
And I won't ask you to go into too full detail, but are you a big proponent, or are you thumbs up or thumbs down on the sequels?
The most recent ones?
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I grew up on the old ones. All I need are the old ones. All I need are the trilogy, right? The original trilogy, because that's what I've loved. I've seen them. I used to watch them like every few months, right? Just over and over again, right? So that's all I need. I like the new ones. The new ones are okay. They're cool. They're modern movies, but I can't recite any of the lines, right? I don't know any of the music, The old ones are my favorite.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
How about you?
Good night, Jane. Thank you for hanging out with us.
What do you like? Are you just kind of a fan of all of them? I like all of them, but the old ones are my favorite.
I mean, I'm a fan of all of them. I've always kind of defended the prequels to a point. Even so, before the sequels came out, when all of a sudden everyone likes the prequels because they hate the sequels, I kind of defended the prequels. I mean, the dialogue, George Lucas has never written dialogue.
Agreed.
My problem with the prequels was I thought it was a very strong story, but he decided he wanted to like make it more kid-like with silly stuff.
Yeah. But
then also had a whole storyline that kids would not be able to comprehend.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think that was kind of an issue for me, but like the overly stupid stuff, like the pod race scene, pod scene itself was okay, but the kind of insulting the viewers with the football announcers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, okay, so the Gungans was kind of ridiculous, but
I thought like the story, like you said, the story was interesting, was really good, like the deep sort of political stuff,
like the whole machinations of how the emperor.
I mean, like I was waiting for anything Star Wars at that point, right? Like I remember the old ones, the special editions had come out, and you could see them in the theater, like around '97. I remember seeing those in the theater, and everyone was like, that was in college, and so everyone was really hyped up on Star Wars. So even anything new was like something, And in fact, I was in Seattle at the time, and there was this theater downtown Seattle called the Cinerama, and it was like 70 millimeter screen and like a balcony. It had all been redone, new sound system. And I waited in line for 12 hours to get tickets to the Phantom Menace, and saw it like on opening night with like 20 some people that had me buy tickets or whatever. And it was a packed house, and people were just screaming and going crazy. And like as soon as it said Star Wars, I mean, it was wild. And it was good. Everyone thought it was awesome at the time. So.
Yeah. So, so I mean, love the original. I like the prequels. Definitely has its downsides. I liked The Force Awakens. I was very critical of the rehash factor of the Force Awakens, but overall, I thought it was good. The last two, I was just kind of I I'm a Luke Skywalker fanboy, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
So the way they just like
Mhm.
disregarded him, and
Yeah. It kind of sucked.
as well as some other stuff, and I
Yeah.
mean Last Jedi. Uh, it had its merits, but for the most part, I'm just not happy with how they did it.
Yeah. It is what it is. At least we have stuff like The Mandalorian or, Rebel One. Or what was it? Was it Rebel One? Rogue One. Rogue
Rogue
One. That
Awesome.
was good. Yeah, those are good. So, anyway, I don't, yeah, I wonder if people are any interested in Star Wars stuff.
Well, probably. Well, we still have 25.
Yeah. Star Trek. Yeah, I like Star Trek too. Will Wheaton. Yeah, people say I look like Will Wheaton a little bit.
Oh, really? Yeah. I
Yeah.
never really got into Star Trek. It was a
Yeah. I haven't watched it in a long time.
burger. I'd like a cheeseburger.
So, how do you like? I know you said you're staying at the Cal and Bally's. I was looking at Bally's. I know that like Sin City Nerds did like a review on that, and the rooms I think have been redone recently.
I think I'm staying in the resort. There's the Jubilee in the resort tower.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I thought Jubilee was better, and then I looked it up, and apparently Resort is the more recently renovated, and the rooms are basically the same. So the only difference is Jubilee is closer to the Strip.
Okay.
So, so I'm staying in the Resort because it's close to the stage door.
Oh yeah, stage. I love that. I love all the running jokes like this. You just got to get Mark with you to hang out. The Borders. Hopefully, the Borders will be open. Yeah, I was thinking about Bally's too, just for the recommendations. And man, it is so cheap, being right there.
Yeah.
Center Strip.
Yeah, I actually was. I had 2 comp nights at New York, that I had booked, and then all of a sudden Caesars for the first. I won't say for the first time. I think about 5 years ago I had some Caesars comps, but for like the first time in 5 years, I all of a sudden had Caesars comps, and basically it was every property except for Cromwell and Caesars. So Paris was my first choice, but then when I went to go book it, it said it wasn't available. So from there, I went to Bally's.
Yeah. I've stayed at Aria, I've stayed at Cosmo, MGM Grand, and the Travel Lodge next to Circus, right? It was like a closet. It was so small.
I mean, my goal is to stay at every major.
Yeah.
So our Aria is probably going to be one. Like Aria, I really like. What I'm doing is every so often I'm throwing a little bit of money on my Vegas.
Yeah.
To eventually open up the 2-night offers for Bellagio and Aria, at which point I'll jump on those. But I still have a good number of places I still haven't stayed, so those are kind of on my back burner.
Have you ever stayed at the Wynn or Encore?
I'm staying there so I was scheduled to stay there for 3 nights in August. Obviously, that trip got canceled. So I'm going to stay there in October. But my problem right now is they changed their rules, so you can only book 2 nights. But when I emailed them, they said because my trip got canceled under the old rules, they'll be able to do 3 rules, but they're not handling rebookings yet. But still haven't that's still up in the air. So I have only got I have less than 3 weeks left of VIP level 3. So worst case scenario, I'll give them until I'm a week out. And if they don't give me a satisfactory thing, I'll book 2 nights for October and book something else. But my problem is is that I'm booking Friday and Saturday, and the Big Rocktober Meetup is on Saturday night. So,
Mm.
way in hell do I really want to check out on Sunday
Yeah.
or the big meetup on Saturday? So,
Yeah, the hard part is like sort of like you want to stay where your activities are going to be, like you've been meeting up with people and stuff.
right.
Because I really the next time I want to go, I really want to do a lot of exploring because it's been a couple years since I've been, and I really thought about like probably mid strip would be the best, right? So I can walk in that area. But if I switched property either on the north or the south, it would be either like the Wynn and kind of explore that side, or down south, you know. I can't even decide. There's so many down there.
Yeah.
Excalibur is like $25 a night, and it's
Yeah.
super cheap.
I haven't really gambled much at M Life, but
Yeah.
I have 4 night offers at Excalibur, so
Yeah, just for playing for 5 minutes, right?
there twice already. So I really have no desire to stay there again.
Yeah.
But also in October, I'm staying at the Strat, my first 3.
Oh yeah.
And I have no loyalty to the Strat. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to gamble it up to keep getting offers from the Strat. So I'll use my time there. I'll play there because I think they have cheaper, tables and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But my time there to also build up other places.
Yeah, I did go to I remember going to the Strat back when our trip in the 90s, like 97, had been open for about a year, and I think I actually won like $100 there or something. But yeah, I haven't been there in a long time. I don't think it's I don't know. I haven't really heard good things about it, but I think they renovated the rooms recently.
For Strat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there, and after they did their whole retheming from Strat here to the Strat, I went and it looked completely different. It looked really good.
Yeah.
I just had a lot of things on my agenda that day, so I couldn't really stay and play or anything. But even the restaurant that was right out front looked really like kind of, I don't want to say classy, but it looked like a
Nicer. Yeah.
place, and the floor, everything looked really good. I just didn't have enough time to stay there.
Yeah. The Sahara looks pretty nice.
Yeah, even SLS, I only walked through there. I was probably in there for like 10 minutes, but yeah, the new thing there. So yeah, when I'm at Strat, I'll probably spend some time at Sahara just to build some play there.
Yeah.
Something about 2 cent sanitizing hogs package, All right.
Last time. Yeah. She says the last time I was in Vegas was a few years ago at a convention. I was there for Amazon, the AWS reInvent convention. It's like 50,000 people that go there. It's like an IT convention, and it's like it was split over like Aria. I stayed in Aria. There were a bunch of meetings there, and then they were at the Venetian, and I think one other hotel. I can't remember, but I remember taking a shuttle bus to like one of the keynotes at the Venetian, and it took an hour and a half to get there, just riding the shuttle. It was so crowded. But yeah, I didn't really see. I really wasn't into like the slots and stuff or any gambling or anything like that. When I went, I did play a little bit of slots. I did play roulette. I remember staying up really late, drank too much, playing roulette, and I actually lasted for a while. Right, got to know some people. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I didn't really gamble a whole lot. I only really play slots or roulette. So
it's funny. I actually never ever. Well, no, okay. I played a couple times slots, but I never really started playing slots until Matt Bridger.
Yeah.
Until I started watching him, and I realized, you're still going to lose, but there's kind of the excitement of maybe you'll get a big, hit. I mean, I like blackjack. Blackjack's my favorite. Blackjack's always going to be my favorite. But really, it's you win a hand. Like you're never going to get a big win in blackjack. It's either you build up a big win or
Right.
whatever. So
It's you have to do well, like over. It's like how long can you last on your bankroll? Like, can you keep it going for a long time?
mhm.
Yeah, and that's what I don't. I'm like even going to the Hard Rock in Tampa. I think I lost is a couple $100, like maybe $500 or something. And like it was so fast. I was only there an hour and a half, but I was so excited to be there because I hadn't been to one. I hadn't been to a casino in years, and I'd been watching all the Matt Bridger videos. I'm like, oh, there's Dragon League, there's Lightning League. Oh, I got to play this. I got to try it out, and I just lost my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took me probably like until my third or fourth time playing one of those link games before I even hit a bonus. So
Yeah, they're very. What do they call it? Like it's something volatility, right? Where it's a low or it's a very low or high volatility, right? Where it's you can get nothing, dead spins, and then you all of a sudden get a bonus, right? Where low like the high volatility or extended volatility, something like the Monopoly game. There's this Monopoly slot game that you can play for a very long time, but you don't win a lot.
right, yeah. Which I guess I kind of prefer being able to just play a long time, even if I'm not winning. But yeah, there is something to say for the excitement of getting that big hit.
Oh yeah.
Um,
When you play blackjack, I know watching from your vlogs and stuff that you try to stick with the lower minimum bet, tables, but where do you go to really play for like a long time?
okay, so the first few years of my second Vegas journey, most of my time was at the Hard Rock, and I would play $15.
Okay.
And if I wasn't playing there, I was probably playing at Planet Hollywood,
Hmm.
also $15. Nowadays, and it got to the point where then I started discovering downtown and realizing, whoa, they have these lower limits.
Yeah.
So things aren't going well. I'm like, first of all, I know I'm even playing $15. It's not gonna I'm gonna turn $15 hands into $10,000.
Right.
So I can play a lot longer because really it's just the fun of playing.
Yeah.
And and you're getting your free drinks and you're chatting
Yeah.
up, and oh my god, all of a sudden you have dancing girls in front of you and
Yeah.
and all this. So that started steering me to downtown. And I don't know, it's like kind of you give a guy an option of playing $5 limits or playing $25. Well, I'm going to choose the $5 limit. So that kind of has steered me into playing lower. And so Golden Gate is usually where I play a long time.
Yeah.
Because I like the D. I like the D just as much as the Golden Gate, but the D generally starts at $10, and this is during the slow times. Which I try to go during the slow times. So if it's a busier time, then the D is going to be 15 and Golden Gate's going to be 10, which is fine. But it's just not what I'm used to anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's weird how they raise the limits. I mean, I understand it, right? Whenever they're busy, right? They want to make more money, but it's like if you're there and you want to go, you can't. It's harder to play with a higher limit like that. But that's how I like $10 roulette, right? Because you can do the minimum bet's 10, but you can do dollar chips all in the middle, right? On the different numbers and stuff that you want. Now, and it has to add up to 10, right? But you have more chances to hit your number. But sometimes what I do is I'll bet, there's the column bets, the outside bets, they pay 2 to 1. So say, for instance, you bet on, column 1 and column 2, you do $10 each, you have the chance of losing both, losing $20. But if it lands on one of the columns, you lose the 10, but then you gain 20 more, right? So double, it's 2 to 1. So you lose one $10 bet, but then you keep your $10 bet, but then you gain 10 more. So I can sit there and do that for like a long time and keep winning. And it just, it's like you just love playing and you get to chat people up and get free drinks and you can make it last that way.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, I've only played roulette really a couple times just to pop in and throw $5-10 on my number, and that's it. But it definitely seems it's not quite on craps level, but it's probably the second like liveliest table.
It is, and you can really bet low like that. Like $10 is not too bad, I guess, and you really have a pretty good chance to win. You know, I mean, I think that the house edge is like 5% or something like that. Better than slots. So,
yeah.
But.
Okay, I've got to head down. But,
okay.
If you want to hang out, that's great. Otherwise,
sure. I'll keep the natives busy.
All right.
That beer goes right through you. Coco says hitting a minor and mini on 10-cent denomination at $2.50 a spin. Yeah, so like the next time I go to Vegas, I am definitely like following the Matt Bridger rules of slot machines, and definitely going to do the 10-cent denomination, $2.50 a spin. Or if I play the penny slots, $3 a spin, or like $1.80 a spin, or $2 a spin. Definitely going to do that. And then also, if I lose money too fast or too quickly, I'm going to do like the pennies for Vegas, Mark's low rolling of like 30 cents a bet or 60 cents a bet for sure. So. Okay, how many times have I been to Vegas? I have only been to Vegas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I went in 1993, 97, 2003. I went in 2014. That's when I stayed at the Cosmo for a convention. I really like the Cosmopolitan. I actually won. I did play like an old school slot machine, and like off a $20 bet, I won like $600. And then I went to the Aria in 2017. So I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've only been 5 times. So, Hawk2 says favorite Vegas memory. Okay, favorite Vegas memory. When I went on my trip in '97. I was 20 years old. I specifically grew my beard out so I'd look older, and hope that they wouldn't card me. I was in college. I was not 21 yet, though. I still had like maybe 9 more months to go. But I went to Circus and I played on the like 98% payback machines that are spinning, like they go and like they move in a circle or whatever. And I think I won like 30 or $40, and it was the dollar coins. I had the big, dollar slots, and they had the red racks where you rack up your dollar coins. And I took it up to the cashier. And they gave me a double look, and they asked me if I had my ID. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I left it up in my room." And they just kind of looked at me and like shook their heads, and they cashed me out. So I took that money and got the heck out of there. So yeah, so I got to gamble at 20 and didn't get caught. So dollar slots. That's how far back I go. Is when it was dollar coins. Do you remember that at NASA's? Did you ever go when they still had a lot of the coin machines?
I think so. I mean, I know when Foxwoods first opened up, I had the coin cup and all that.
Yeah, the big, huge cups.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think so, because I remember my very first trip. We found we went to, and I specifically remember it was the Venetian. We were hanging out and they had like slots and you could bet like literally like 5 cents
Yeah.
your bet.
Actual nickels.
There waiting for the waitress to come by.
Yeah. Did you like actual nickels? Like you put nickels in?
That I can't remember.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I remember them. I'm not sure how much I played them.
Yeah, I remember the old penny slots. I mean, you didn't actually I don't think you put actual pennies in. You'd put like $1, you put bills in, and then it would play, 1 cent or something. But I always see back then, like penny slots and nickel slots were just kind of laughed at, or they weren't like a big deal. It was all quarters and dollars. And I remember even they had like $5 games that actually had $5 tokens and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they it's kind of one of those things. Like, I mean, I guess it would basically used to be a standard would be like 25 cent, and max bet was like 3 times 25 and stuff. And then I guess somewhere along the line they realized, doing 1 cent, but all of a sudden switching like it's all a psychological
thing. Yeah. Yeah, because I would always play dollar slots, $3 a spin, and that was it. But the thing is, your money goes faster, I think. I mean, I guess the penny slots goes pretty fast too, but when you have the bonuses, it's a little more entertaining, I guess.
Yeah, it's I tried doing that again because the Bridger influence. Playing like the Wheel of Fortune, like the dollar, and I just no luck at all. I'm like just pissing through, and it's like, oh yeah, I finally got a bonus, and I got like lowest thing, like the $20 or whatever. So
I'll say I have the most fun playing the table games. Like roulette is a lot of fun. And like when people start winning, like I remember seeing people hit like, if they hit their number, I think it's like 35 to 1, people are just cheering and high-fiving, and it's like, it's fun, and you have conversations with people. Same thing with blackjack.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my favorite times have always been like, playing blackjack. It's just unfortunate you can't vlog it. And Sarah, the slot lady at El Cortez, I mean, I've watched a couple times, but they let her stream it. But I don't know if there's ever anyone at the table with her.
Right.
Playing against the dealer is different than playing with a full table full of people, tossing back drinks and stuff like that.
Yeah. I've watched those videos of her, and it's probably like special permission, and it's just her playing. Yeah.
And just
nickel. Vegas Sips and Drink says nickel video poker at Westward Ho was a good way to drink for free all night. Westward Ho.
Yeah, well, I never got to Westward Ho.
I never went there. That strip right there, it was like lots of fun. There was like McDonald's, Westward Ho.
Yeah, that's I think on the very first drunk talk I had with Pennies for Vegas, they asked about things that you missed. But it's definitely like, for me, it's those places that are no longer like Stardust was still there when I first went, but I didn't make it that far down. So it's like, Stardust, Westward Ho, the Dunes, a Desert Inn, the Frontier, like all those places,
North.
If you had known they were just going to go, like, I wish I could have
checked them out. Yeah. I was when they were still there, and I was there as a kid, I was very intimidated by a lot of those places because there was all kinds of characters in there, and it was a little seedy in some spots. The more family ones I felt more comfortable in, like Excalibur, Treasure Island, and all the newer. Like I remember going in the Mirage and just was like blown away. Like this was before any renovations. This was like Vegas Vacation Mirage, with all the tropical, theme. And I mean, it just was like, it was amazing. And then the smell, I can remember the smell. Like it's like coconuts or something.
That's one of those funny things. I like the Mirage. I have nothing I've never been overly enamored with it. There are certain things about the Mirage I like. I think the huge fish tank is like really cool.
Yeah.
I went to the Siegfried and Roy Secret Garden, and
Oh
that
yeah.
loved that. And I'm not going to get into the whole animal thing with that. But,
Yeah.
and I like Love. I've been to Love a couple times. The casino itself, I've just never been really enamored
Never.
with.
Yeah. Good
And
with.
I've
Yeah.
never once noticed the smell. I think I have
Really.
a bad nose. But all those people that talk about like the smells of certain casinos,
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
once have I ever noticed the smell in a casino.
Yeah. Except for the smoke.
Overly musty, smoky.
Like I went to when I went to the one in Tampa, the smell it hit me so hard. Like I could not believe how much smoke there was. Like it was so smoky. I think I had trouble breathing. Like and maybe because I just haven't been to a casino in a long time, and that's pretty standard. But it was thick. Like they did have an upstairs that was no smoking, and I stayed up there. But man, I don't know how it is in Vegas. Like, cause I said, I haven't been there, but when I did go there, the last place I stayed was Aria and I didn't smell anything, but I think the newer properties, they have better ventilation.
Yeah. And Aria is one of those like I'm I think I've already said I'm not a big fan of the newer
Yeah.
places that have no theme at all except,
Yeah.
fancy. Um, I think Aria is gorgeous, like the whole design of the exterior of the hotel. Um, I've never been drawn in by their casino. Their casino, to me, I just have no desire to ever really play at. I did
Yeah.
see Sarcana there, um, the short-lived Cirque du Soleil show, which I really enjoyed, but that didn't last very long.
Yeah.
But
They don't have any shows, I think, at all.
I think they had the Elvis show there before Sarcana, and that was before I started going back again. But uh, yeah, it's as a property, like the rooms and stuff from the room reviews, I would
Yeah.
really like to stay there. I just have no real desire to play there.
Yeah, the room was really nice. I remember I had the room where you walk in and there's sort of like a little foyer, and there's like dressers and things like that. That you can hang up your clothes, and you go in and like the view was amazing. Like the windows, floor to ceiling windows, and it was a really nice room. But of course, I had to walk over to Walgreens and get a bunch of alcohol, and I don't even think I had a cooler. Because there's nowhere to put anything with the mini bar
Yeah.
stuff. So I think when I do go back, I feel like I want to stay at a place that at least has a fridge or something.
Yeah, see, I really like the fridge, and I'm excited when I see it. And like when I went, I can't remember, maybe it was the Cal. I went and I bought a bunch of like the 25-ounce cans of beer and stuff, and I put them in there. And then I realized I'm like, by the time I actually get back to my room, I'm usually so like drunk
Yeah.
that I'm like falling into bed. So it just
Could you take one with you?
good idea. It just
Yeah. Could you take one with you like before you left? Are you allowed to like go down to the casino with the?
No, because I'm such a goody.
Yeah.
I know you're not allowed, like on Fremont Street, you're not allowed to have beer you bought in like the ABC store and stuff.
Oh, man.
So I've never like pushed that, even though
Yeah.
it's apparent that the security doesn't really enforce that. I'm just, like I said, I'm such a goody. I'm not rules. So I've never really done that.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
Do like Chico's Donuts, I should go in to 7-Eleven or whatever, get the big gulp cups and pour it.
yeah. There you go.
But yeah, so so Aria is definitely on my list. I'll be so happy when I get Wynn off my list.
Yeah.
Resorts World from everything I've seen, I mean, the billions that they're investing,
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be anytime soon that I'm able
Yeah.
to stay there.
Yeah. I'm glad though that they are doing something there, that because that is North Strip, right? And at least that area.
Nice bridge between,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
instead of just walking by a bunch of derelict
Yeah.
stuff. It'll definitely liven things up.
Yeah.
Um, I've hated the Fountain Blue or the Drew ever since.
Oh yeah. It's 10 years.
I'm like, even at the original, I'm like, what it looks like an office building in any
Yeah.
city in America. There is absolutely nothing about that
Yeah.
hotel, that tower that looks like a casino tower. I mean, I have no idea what was going to be on the ground, but that it's such a waste of prime real estate.
Yeah. Well, Circa is supposed to be done in December, so that'll be interesting. See
Yeah.
how that goes.
I'll definitely look to go there as soon as I can, especially like some of the restaurants sound great, the pool,
Yeah.
everything about it sounds great. I just think that the demand is going to be so off the roof. And I'm not at I can't even get comped at the D at this point. So
Wow.
I know it's going to be a while before I can stay at Circa, which is part of the reason why I want to play a lot more at the D is to,
Yeah.
kind of improve my standing there. Um, you know, it's kind of one of those, I love downtown Grand, but
Yeah.
at the time I've realized their blackjack kind of sucks. The dealers, I've never, maybe one dealer in all the time I've gone there has been an enjoyable dealer. They
Yeah.
use continuous shuffling machines.
Uh,
So I love the property. I just don't like the gaming there.
yeah. Gotcha.
Boyd, I like, but the properties are nothing special. I
Right.
like Main Street. I like California. Fremont, maybe not so much, except Fremont is the only Dunkin' Donuts in the area. So
Yeah.
it
Oh
gets
yeah.
double
Oh
thumbs
yeah.
up for me on that. But
Yeah.
but really, Plaza and the Stevens places are really the places I like.
Nice. Yeah. Have you stayed at Plaza?
I've stayed at the Plaza 3 times. Yeah, I haven't stayed in any of the renovated rooms because I'm a cheapo, and so if I'm getting a room, I'm not gonna, staying in an adequate room versus paying an extra 20-30 bucks for a nicer room
Yeah.
doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I know it matters to some people, but the room is really the least of my worries.
I know. I
There.
know. Yeah, I'm real like half and half. Like I really want to stay somewhere really cheap just because I want to have money for my bankroll. But then at the same time, I want to really experience like the Wynn
Yeah.
or go to the Cosmo again. Like really like live it up, at least for maybe just 2 nights or something.
Yeah, and I mean that's the whole reason I played the Win thing,
Yeah.
and I invested about 150 bucks in the Win app just to
Yeah.
get to the level that I could get my 3 nights, and I'm like, okay, 150 bucks for 3 nights at the Win with no resort fees. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um,
That's really good.
but
There.
once I stay there, I'm kind of done with it. Particularly
Right.
if the buffets don't open up again.
Yeah, the Win is like right now. The summer is always the lowest, right? The cheapest rate. So I think in August, like the Win is about 150 a night right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I'm not the kind. Why would I ever pay 150 bucks a night when I can
yeah,
pay nothing somewhere else?
exactly. Yeah,
If it's safe and relatively clean.
yeah.
That's
You're gonna be up all night anyway, so it doesn't matter the noise because you don't go to bed till 4 o'clock or something. So
or later.
yeah, or later. Yep. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I still can't decide. I've been thinking about it for months, but I keep feeling like I'm going to probably do something on the cheaper end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have any comps or anything because I haven't played in a few years. So
Yeah. It's, my comps aren't great. There's certain, Boyd, I can usually get 2 nights at any of their properties, which
Yeah.
is good. Golden Gate, I can get 3 nights.
Good.
And I usually mix up. That's why I'm usually staying at a couple different places. But in M Life I can get some, but then you're paying resort fees. So
Right. Exactly. So when you get the comps for the downtown places, you don't have to pay resort fees?
no,
No. Okay. Okay.
which and again, resort fees are a touchy subject, but there's
Yeah.
certain, like Golden Gate, like honestly, why is there a resort fee in the first place?
It's not a resort.
Fitness center, there's no pool.
Yeah.
There's not even any restaurants at like seriously, what is a resort fee for the Golden Gate all
Yeah.
about? It's so
And-
it's
And I'm sure the Wi-Fi is
I know
questionable.
by now that it's just bumping the rate. It's
Yeah.
not really for anything. It's
Yeah.
Tiburon, yeah. That's sorry. I feel like I've ignored the chat for
I know.
a million times. Yeah, I mean the best Plaza used to give me buy one get one, and Downtown Grand gave me buy one get one. So I'm working on. I'm playing the Four Queens app and the Binions app.
Yeah.
So I'll get a $50 credit at Four Queens fairly soon. I'll probably use that for like a 2-night stay, and so that'll probably equal, like maybe paying $50 for 2 nights, and that's just for a completionist thing. That's just
Sure.
my list.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, Seek in Vegas. Okay, if Golden Gate deserves, for anything, yes, absolutely immaculate bathrooms. Cannot stress that enough. I don't know strip bathrooms very well, but yes, if you gotta go to the Golden Gate or go to the D. And
They have nice bathrooms. Yeah, the only reason like during the virus stuff, like I would want to stay like at the Wynn is because they are just super, super clean. And I think they were that way even before the virus.
yeah,
So that would be the only thing, like if I was really worried about it, stay at the Wynn. But it's just so expensive.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the Wynn Boston when they first opened, they were sending. I was getting messages on like special opening rates or whatever, and they were like ridiculous. Like I don't know, $400 a night was like a special rate or something. No thanks.
Yeah, and that's and
Expensive for hotels to
Yeah.
begin with, but
And that's the thing. You really, if you want to stay at the nice places, summer is really the only time to do it because every other time of the year, it's a couple $100 a night. It's real expensive.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Coco, what does the resort fee cover? I think that it's something like phone calls and a daily newspaper. Like, first of all, a daily newspaper is what, like nowadays 75 cents, which they
nobody
don't.
reads it.
You got to go find it somewhere.
Yeah.
It covers nothing.
It's nothing.
the
And like,
meanest thing.
yeah, like internet, like nobody, I mean, you have your phone, right? You have your cellular connection. You don't really need Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's unless you're bringing your laptop,
Yeah.
there is absolutely no need for Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Or and you can even make your phone a hotspot and connect to that if you had to.
So I mean, yeah, I imagine part of it is because no one uses the phone anymore.
Yeah.
Because they used to whatever charge you, like $1 a minute or whatever
Yeah.
they used to charge you for the. Faxes at the business center. They're faxing, and they'll print your boarding pass, which you can just get free
Yeah.
at the airport, anyways.
Send a fax. That's like my grandfather. He would always have he would always use the phone in the hotel room, but he would carry like an AT&T calling card.
Oh, calling.
Yeah, and you have to dial in like the 800 number and then the number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was
Yeah.
in the army or in basic training, I had those, and it's like you
Yeah.
got all these numbers to.
Oh yeah, remember doing that? Or he'd go to the payphone on the corner or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, at least at the Cosmo, you can you get the Kama Sutra out of it, so
Yeah.
you got that. But
Have you ever stayed at the Cosmo?
I have not stayed there. No, it was after I first played there. I got a couple of offers for a couple free nights, but
Yeah.
they never matched up with when I was going.
Yeah.
For August, I could have gone a couple nights with no resort fees. For it would have been like $100 or so for 2 nights on a terrace.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's really a good deal. But I already had other stuff, and I'm like, I'll continue to play at Cosmo and hopefully get something better for the future. I mean, I will stay at Cosmo at some point, just not yet.
It's really cool. I'll tell you a little story about that. So when I stayed there in 2014, I was there for a convention, and then I was with like one of the guys that I worked with. So the first night we got there, it was like a Sunday night. We hit it really hard. We hit the bar. I mean, it was insane. Like, I think we were just ready to let off steam. Like, we've been working really crazy. And so we hit this one bar, and there were these two girls, and which I now know what casino girls are. And they were just like hanging out like kind of next to me, but my friend or my coworker was talking to another guy, and they're just hanging out. Like, they didn't really talk to me, but they're just talking back and forth. And then they were like trying to take pictures of each other. I said, "Do you want me to take your picture? You guys' picture?" And so I took their picture, and then like I kind of got up and left, and they left, but then they came back to me and they said, "Hey, if you and your friend want to go to like a nightclub or a party, just call us." And so I was like, "Oh, well, they're just like promoters or party promoters." And so I said, "Okay, all right, whatever." And then I took their card or what, I don't even remember what it was, but went back to the bar, and I was like, the bartender was like, were those girls, hookers and something? They said, "I don't know, maybe." And probably, right? Maybe. I don't know. I still don't know. But they were ridiculously attractive, and they're just hanging out at the bar, right? So I know that's very common, right? Yeah. So that was kind of the beginning of the night. And then we went up to the bar near the front of the Cosmo, which I don't even know if it's there anymore, but it used to be called the Bond Bar. And they had a DJ there. It was a female DJ, and they had female dealers at the tables up there, right? Usually, dressed up and outfits and things like that. And then they had girls like dancing and stuff. And then they had these like burlesque dancers, these girls dancing in the windows. And they got rid of that though a couple years ago. But it was like they would come down and do these acts, and like they would literally be like stacked. There'd be a girl here, a girl there, and it was like the coolest thing. And you can see it. You could see them dancing from on the strip, like if you're walking or driving. And that was really unique at the time, and I thought that was very cool. So we were there for a while at that bar, talking to people, and then I told my guy, the guy I was working with, I said, "I'll see you. I'm going to go to the bathroom." And then I hit up the roulette table, and I was there for like an hour. And the next day, he's like, "What happened to you?" And I said, "This is roulette table," and I was there for like an hour or two drinking and hanging out with people. But anyway, so that was like the first night, and I think we were up till 5:00 in the morning, and then the next day we had to go to like the keynote and convention meetings and things like that, and it was pretty rough the next day. But it was cool. It was his first time there too. So
yeah. So that
Cosmo I really liked the Cosmo. It was pretty cool.
So you're one of the few people I've talked to that actually has gone there for like business.
Yeah.
So is that different? Like, do you do that differently? Do you feel like you need to be a little bit more careful?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So my last time I went, in 2017 to the AWS convention, my boss went. Well, yeah, it was my boss and his boss went. So he was, my boss was like a VP, vice president, and then of technology. And then his boss was the chief solutions officer. So he was like a C-level executive. So no one else kind of got to go except me and then my boss and his boss. So the whole time it's like, they're texting me or calling me, hey, you want to go get dinner? Hey, you want to do this? And I'm like, man, I just want to like hang out, explore, drink, just do whatever. And they always wanted to get together. So it felt very, I don't know. I felt uncomfortable being around because you had to be on your best behavior and stuff. So I didn't really get to do much. I didn't get to do much gambling or staying up really late. So it kind of sucked. It's much better. Like, I do not want to go there on business. Like, I know my company has like a convention in the fall. It got canceled, but I was like, that's a chance to get to go to Vegas, but I don't really want to because you got to work all the time. You're too busy. You can't really stay up late because you got meetings in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, and then you're in meetings all day long. So yeah, I do not want to go on business. I'd rather go for a vacation.
Yeah, I've thought about that. I'm like, I've played a few times with people that are there on business, and I'm like, I'm impressed that you're
still up.
Get up and be productive tomorrow. But I would probably get fired if I got sent there for business.
Yeah. So, the guy I worked with, he said like the next morning after we had really gone hard that one night, he's like, I've had an hour of sleep and I think I fell asleep with my clothes on the floor. I didn't even make it to the bed.
Yeah.
So it's not good to have to work while you're there.
Yeah. The place I remember like spending a lot of time with someone there was Hooters before it became Oyo. And actually it's kind of a crappy place that is. That was actually a pretty fun place as far as like playing blackjack and meeting people goes. I guess because it's a little less stuffy or what there. It was also the only place I have ever seen multiple people physically carried out of the casino.
I think that was one of the ones you see the top 10 videos of like worst places to stay. Yeah. And I think like Hooters was like one of the worst, but that's crazy. Like, were people fighting? Like they got into
not necessarily fighting, but becoming really belligerent towards like the dealers and pit bosses. I've actually never seen a fight in a casino in all my time there. I've seen some stuff that looks like it might be shady going on, but I've never seen full on like blows going or thing like that. I kind of want to.
Well, what's that one place? I guess the further out you go, maybe the rougher it might be. I don't know.
It's kind of funny because I used to look up some of that stuff like on YouTube, and almost every fight or incident that I would pull up was either in front of where the Las Vegas Club was when Las Vegas Club was still there, or in front of Planet Hollywood, like
right out there,
right outside there.
Yeah, I do notice like so. There's a lot of like younger, sort of like 20-something, age group that is right there in that like Planet Hollywood area because there's a lot of stores and shops there, and I think there's like a mall, kind of like almost like a food court or something you walk through. Like if you go over from Cosmo, there's like it's just really touristy stuff there, and you got a lot of younger people that hang out there. So
Seeking Vegas. They did have a restaurant called the Mad Onion, which had a really nice prime ribs special, and honestly, it was probably one of the better prime ribs I'd ever gotten in Vegas. It's now Steak and Shake at the Hooters Hotel or the Oyo Hotel, but I liked that place there. But again, I've always been a sucker for the Hooters wings. I think it's whatever they use to crust them with that I liked. But anyways, never seen a couple of gals going at it. Girl fight, always nice to watch. Favorite Boston bar?
I'll be right back.
Yep. Okay. That's a really good question, JC. There, it's hard to say. There was a place near Fenway Park called Copperfields that I used to really like to go to because they had live bands there. Playing the music I liked. I think they closed down. They were supposed to become a Tilted Kilt, I believe, but somehow that died, or maybe it opened, but it didn't last for very long. There was also a place called T's Pub near Boston University that I went to a lot. Again, they didn't have live bands, but the DJs I really liked. It's kind of one of those, you fall into places you go. And, Boston, for people outside, they may think Boston is like this huge place, but Boston's actually fairly small as far as cities go. I mean, its population's a little over 700,000 now, but plus they've got all the students. But it's definitely by no means like a Chicago or a New York or an LA. It's fairly compressed area. Yeah, I guess if I had to say, I would say Copperfields was my favorite Boston bar, but it doesn't exist anymore. Once again, we're on the same wavelength, John. Yeah, I could do without the screaming, but the actual slapping and potentially pulling off articles of clothing is always good. Maybe that might be just from Skinamax watching though. Yeah, John. That area in front of Planet Hollywood. If I base that on, also the Miracle Mile, and I'm not going to profile or anything, but I see a lot of shady people walking around the Planet Hollywood Miracle Mile shops. Younger people with backpacks, and I've seen them antagonizing people and doing some. You can tell they're kind of trying to distract and all that. It's you got to have your wits about you. Seeking Vegas. I lived in Boston for most of my life, but I actually moved out of the city 3 years ago next month. So I'm about 50 miles from Boston now. I just got tired of living in the city, particularly dealing with the winter, with shoveling and parking and all that stuff. But the vast majority of my life was spent in the city limits of Boston.
Yeah, I actually lived in the Chicago area for like 17 years.
Yeah. It's a lot of snow is one thing. A lot of snow when you're in the city is completely like, half as much snow is twice as much a problem when you live in the city. Who's on first? I loved Who's on First. I'm starting to think this JC person might be someone I know in real life. I do like Who's on First. It's it's a nice. When I was young, it had the reputation of being the place to go if you were like over 18, but not legal drinking age. But right now, it's a good place to go. It's not one of my favorite, but it's a fun place to go. Um, Hey, Smelly Michelle. Thank you for coming aboard and checking this out. I'm having a good night. Great. Which college did you go to seek in Vegas? There's only like 5 million of them in Massachusetts. Oh, okay. Now I know who that is. Okay. now I'm connecting what your name is. Okay. All right. All right. Well, thank you for coming along under your hidden identity. Oh, Mount Holyoke. Okay. All right.
Do you follow any of the the message board, like the Vegas message boards, like trip reports and all that kind of stuff?
Not especially. Honestly, in another life before I started vlogging, I was heavily on TripAdvisor's Las Vegas board, not under this name, under a completely different name. And I was very active, and I posted some long, like written trip reports. But I just became so like annoyed with that I just stopped doing it. The thing was, it was just so clicky. You had the people that would jump on anyone budget minded. So there was the Wynn, Bellagio, the high end people, and they would like kind of like be snarky towards anyone talking about budget stuff, and it wasn't pleasant in there, and so I just finally said screw it. I don't even know why I'm hanging here anymore. And I did sign up for Vegas message boards or whatever it's called. But I just never really used it because I did that at the tail end of my TripAdvisor time, and I was just all set with it.
Yeah, I like to read it sometimes just to get, people's insight. They're pretty friendly on there. It's like vegasmessageboards.com. I know there's another one called like vegasfanatics.com that Vegas Baby uses.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the Vegas message boards. It's pretty interesting.
I think that's the one I probably signed up for. I just haven't really spent much time there. Slade. It's even when now I only use TripAdvisor when I'm going to a new place. But even when I was going to Dublin or when I was going to the Dominican, it's just it's so judgy. Like no one can answer simple questions, and there's nothing that pisses me off more than when someone says, I've got an offer for Harrah's or Flamingo. Which do you think I should go? And then you get like a dozen Caesars. Or it's obviously this person is working within a certain thing. Like, if you don't have something like, okay, we're impressed. You have a lot of money. You can go to these things. If someone's not asking you a question about a high-end place, they're asking about low-end places. Why do you gotta go interfere with that and make them feel bad because they're not going to a fancy place? Not everyone has the same budget.
I specifically asked I laid everything out, right? I made a post and said, okay, this is how much I have per day for bankroll. I want to stay at a low end place and then maybe walk over to a high end place to generate offers, right? So I said, like where do I stay? I was looking at the Flamingo, but I want to get offers for a future trip at Cosmo. So I think I like said where to stay as the title, and they renamed it Flamingo or Cosmo, right? And I said, okay, that's fine, whatever. But I like laid out exactly what my situation was, and there was a lot of good responses. You know, they basically said like, you know, you're at Caesars. If you stay at a Caesars property, you're going to get a lot of offers for their low end properties, right? If you play there. But if you go to Cosmo, you really got to play a lot to even get noticed, right? So, you know, but it was helpful. Like they gave helpful answers. So,
yeah, I mean, I guess what it came down to is after a few years of doing that, when I really became like a Vegas regular, I stopped needing like to ask questions.
Right.
So then it became more of an annoyance. And whenever I went to answer someone, stuff I would answer had already been answered a million times. So I really didn't feel like I had much input anymore. And so it was easy to walk away from that. And also, I've realized on TripAdvisor, particularly, any destination has like about a dozen people that are like the gatekeepers of that destination. And they will jump on everything and criticize answers and stuff like that. So I'm like, they don't need me.
Yeah, I know like on the Vegas like Facebook groups, like Vegas tips and tricks, people ask the same questions like every single day, you know, this or that, you know, and it's always the same. Like you get a million. I kind of like judge which is the better one, because most of the time, you know, a certain property will get the most mentions, right? And then there'll be the idiot in there that says something completely different, you know. But yeah, I'm in the Vegas tips and tricks group, and like Vegas picks and tricks. Sorry, it's confusing, but they're interesting. It's interesting to see people's opinions.
Yeah, and I mean, even like I said, when I went to Mexico, and the place I stayed at, Playa del Carmen,
I've been there. I've been there.
I thought it was absolutely great. You know, the buffet, you know, it was okay. You know, I wasn't going to say, oh my God, this is the greatest food, but for the price and all that and the amenities, I thought it was like perfect. But it's like one of those, if you asked anyone about that, you know, I'll be frank. I'm not sure if I said it in my review, but I was there for 8 nights, I think, 8 days. And I think it cost me $1,300 with airfare.
That's good.
All inclusive, all my alcohol, all inclusive. But, you know, if you mention it, everyone's going to be like listing like these other like 6 places that are all basically close to double the price.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of tough.
Yeah, we went there. The last cruise I went on, we went to Cozumel and I think Costa Maya. I don't know if we went to Playa del Carmen. I think we did. I can't remember. But we went to like 3 different places there on the Yucatan Peninsula. It was cool. The problem is that we went on Royal Caribbean, I think is fine, but we went on like one of the oldest ships, and we were like on the 2nd floor from the bottom. So like the last night, just the waves kept hitting it like so hard, and it kept me up most of the night, and it was really, really rocky. Right. So I'd already been drinking a lot, and then the boat was also moving. So it's like, am I drunk, or is the ship moving?
See, I haven't been on a cruise yet, but I have specific parameters. Like if I go on a cruise, I have to have a balcony. Like, I'm not going to stay on an interior room. Yeah. But also, I'm for the most part a solo traveler.
Yeah.
So basically, they charge you double the price, unless you can find someone to occupied.
Go with you. Yeah.
So I haven't done a cruise yet, but I'm hoping to.
They're a lot of fun. And it's like the whole all-inclusive thing, right? Like the food and, entertainment. They have, a casino on ship, which usually it's like not very good, as far as like the slots and stuff. But the casino, I always enjoyed going there. They have really good like bar service there. The last cruise I went on, like I was out really late and like I just met a bunch of people and we ended up going to like there's a really late night dance party and like it's a lot of fun for sure. So the excursions, when you stop at a place, the excursions can be expensive. But as far as doing stuff on the ship, it's a lot of fun. Lot of bars, events, activities, the casino, and dancing and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. And it's usually pretty cheap. You can get some for like $600 or $700, and you're gone for 5 to 7 nights.
Yeah, I mean that would be great. Yeah, out of Boston, they only have. I think they have one that goes up to Nova Scotia and one that goes to Bermuda. So if you wanted to do like a full like Caribbean or something, you usually have to fly down to like Florida. Or something.
Yeah, we always flew out of. We went out of Fort Lauderdale, and I think Miami once. I was the one I went on was Majesty of the Seas. Cinnamon is asking. Yeah. So anyway.
All right. Have a good night, Tamara and Gord. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate the support. Wow, I can't believe I've been on this long, but
3 hours. Mark hasn't streamed in a while.
Yeah, I mean, he was like full on for a while there, and but he's at his campsite now, so
I saw that.
I'm very jealous. Just sitting around a fire, drinking beer, just
Oh yeah,
really nice right now.
for sure.
All right. All right. So, all right, I'm paying attention more to the chat now. Any other, burning questions, whether Vegas related or not? I used to watch Diana Ivani a lot. I really like her. She's got a great personality. I don't watch her as much now. Just with so many other vloggers, I'm not really a big fan of just like pure slot vlogging. I like more of the slots mixed in with other stuff, particularly when you can get a sense of the ups and downs versus just the wins.
Have you ever watched East Coast slots?
I watched a couple because I remember Matt Bridger mentioned them.
That's right. Yeah.
So just a couple, not a whole lot.
It's brutal. He doesn't do bonus. He just does the live play, and it's all just old school slots, the 3 reels, and it's always a lot of times it's mostly high limit, and he gets destroyed. Like the last trip he was on, I mean, it was brutal. And he calls it like full tilt, where he's just going and won't stop. Like he'll go, like he'll play the pinball ones or top dollar, and he keeps playing until he gets it. And I mean, he's playing like $25 a hand, $50 a spin or $25 a spin, and he loses like thousands and thousands. But then like he'll hit a jackpot of like I think I'm some on his channel, like he'll hit like 60K or 5K or 10K, like he'll hit really big ones, but some trips he just gets destroyed.
Yeah, I have a hard time watching the people that high roll on it just because I can't relate to it, and it's like even on Twitter when like sending out, oh, this person won like and then you realize they're betting like $250 a spin or
Yeah.
like that.
The chances are just so low to win. It's yeah. I'm more about like I really like I do like. I mean, I like watching Matt Bridger because the way he does it, I feel like he really sticks to his budget. I mean, sometimes he'll go back to the safe, but he seems to stick to his budget and he spreads it out over the whole course of the day and does other things, like going out to eat and seeing shows and doing things, and he kind of like he makes it last. But it seems like his main focus though still is gambling.
Yeah, and I mean he well, first of all, he's a very good speaker, which I am not. I wish I was half as good a speaker as he is. But he also does let you know that I lost like $200, like between last. So you're getting an idea of the swings versus
right.
Oh, here's another big bonus.
Yeah, exactly. It's not all. I mean, he does like record all his bonuses, but he does tell you like, oh, I've put $100 in this,
right,
and I'm just now getting a bonus, right? So, yeah, I like how he does it. So I just want to make it last. That's the thing.
And he's a very pleasant guy. I mean, meeting him in March was like a highlight. That was like my, a huge highlight for me because he's, my YouTube hero or whatever. But he's just like such a nice guy.
A nice personality. Yeah. You feel like you're there with him when you're watching him, Yeah, he's been so many times. Like I'm blown away, like how frequent he goes.
Yeah.
So, from the UK.
Yeah, I'm always like, it's like I don't know. It's hard to equate like UK and the US because like from like just the simple look at it, you're like, are all the UK people like rich? Because it just seems like their vacations like are like huge.
Yeah, they go for 2 weeks.
Yeah, like I mean, even watching like Nikki Firmage's last thing, like the whole like California thing on to Las Vegas.
Yeah, I think it's because they know that like it's so expensive to fly over here that they're gonna just stay as long as they can and do as much as they can.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. But yeah, I think in the U.S. we're so used to just going away for a long weekend.
Yeah, I don't think the like I know, like when I use my vacation time, I'm using like a day or two here or there.
Yeah, me too.
And I get the impression over in Europe, it's like you take like your week. You're not divvying it up like over the course of like stuff. But
yeah, a lot of them go to like the southern coast of Spain.
Yeah.
Because I last year for my work, we had like a all hands meeting or event over in Spain, a place called Malaga, and it was amazing.
From there,
yeah. Okay, so it was beautiful there. I've never been to a place like that. It was amazing, and there's a lot of British people there that were vacationing. So,
yeah, I think that's where Antonio Banderas is from.
Malaga. Yeah.
My I had a girlfriend. She's from there, and it was either Antonio Banderas or Penelope. One of them was from there.
Yeah, it was amazing. This hotel I stayed at, like, it was incredible. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, it was awesome. It was really pretty there.
Okay, well, I'm looking at it. People are starting to.
Time to wrap it up.
I'm down to 16 people, and which is unbelievable since I've been on for over 3 hours now. So I think I will probably, wrap that up before people hate me.
Sure.
But first off, thank you everyone that stuck around or joined for however long it was. Um, and thank you, Matt, for coming on and helping carry the load here. I
For
never was
sure.
able to carry it for this long
Sure.
otherwise. Um, and
Nice to meet you.
oh, you said you haven't been there. So you did your part 4 video.
Yes.
Have anything else you're putting
Yeah,
up?
I am working on the 97 trip. I'm not sure how many parts that'll be, but there'll be that. And then also I have footage from Hard Rock Tampa, that and a little bit of slot play. So I might put that together as well. And then the beach, like Clearwater Beach, Florida. So I'll probably be working on that. But honestly, then, nothing else until Vegas. So, I don't know. I might do the end of August as well. So
I have a good story about Clearwater Beach. First of all, it's where I had alligator nuggets. Was not to be cliche, but it kind of tasted sort of like chicken.
yeah.
But I also went there the day after they instituted the ban on thong bathing suits. I don't know if they changed that, but back in this was like '93, I think.
No way. No way.
And it was, yeah. So
That's hilarious. Yeah, we were just there in Memorial Day, and it was packed.
really,
Yeah, and we were fine. Like, it wasn't like, some people, not very many people were masks. We were, but it was so packed. But it was awesome. It's so beautiful there. So I do have some footage from that, and I may put that up. But yeah, other than that, I'm just kind of waiting to get, to actually go to Vegas. So I kind of hinted at maybe end of August, like yourself. So we'll see. I got to get a good flight, where it's cheap. I think Spirit flies out of Raleigh, where I'm at in North Carolina. So it's about $100, I think, for the ticket, which is super cheap. But it's real crazy hours when it flies out. So we'll see.
all right. Well, good. Looking forward to seeing the next stuff you put up. Again, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. And I'll probably be able to do one more of these at least before the August trip. So we'll see you next time, and have a good night.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.